Make sure you guys tap into the YouTube stream, yo. Leave a like.
What's up, y'all?
Yeah, it's SWAIZY. And it's DLC till I die. Yeah, yeah.
Like that. Do you know the one who left but be right back? Do you know the one who created all this, all that? He'll elevate you to the top of the track.
Okay. All right, we are up on YouTube. The Flock Talks announcement has went out. People are rolling in. Demetrius. Both Demetrius. Welcome both of y'all. Make sure you guys tune in on the YouTube. Give it a like. Leave it open in your background on your TV or something. Give us the like. Give us the view. Two of my favorite people, Kite and Alex. Hey, we appreciate you. We glad that we even made it on the list of favorite peoples, man. It's a blessing.
Oh.
Monet said hello. J-Dot said, how are you guys doing? Hope you all have an amazing day. I hope you're having an amazing day too, J-Dot. Miles said, tonight's going to be wild. I know it. Hey, if that's how it leads.
You check your messages.
On Discord? Oh, yeah, about how you want the it to go?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Nitro with the $5 bomb. It's a new day. Yes, it is. Hey.
Appreciate you, Nitro.
The new day ain't the new day without Big E. My boy Big E Langston. Don't you dare be sour. Nitro starting the tone off with a $5 bomb. Appreciate you. We're gonna start Flock Talk off a little bit different, just because there's a lot of interesting topics that have happened this week. So why not talk about them all? Why not have deeper, more engaging conversation?
My camera 1 second.
Yo, Kites, I'm from New York. You gotta show some grace to New York. I don't gotta show nothing. I don't gotta show nothing. y'all act the way y'all act. I can't be responsible for how New York act, man. Y'all know better. I show love to y'all, but that don't mean I gotta approve what y'all do. Fun fact, I met Kurt Angle last Saturday during a meet and greet. Hey, you met the legendary Peak Angle, man, because we don't call him Perk Angle no more. We do not call Perk Angle. We call him Peak Angle. He is Peak. As long as he actually doesn't like Perk Angle, which is unfortunate because it wasn't meant to be something to insult him. It was meant to, say like, oh, he going crazy, he off of Perk, but we understand why it made him feel some type of way, and we respect Kurt Angle. We love Kurt Angle.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of New Yorkers in the house. Hey, I can't be responsible for how y'all act. Brody, I don't act like some of those people. Hey, if the shoe not fitting, then it's not for you. It's not your shoe.
Mm-hmm.
As long as there's no Detroit slander, I'm good. Hey man, I slander Detroit daily. It happens. It just happens behind closed doors. I'm just giving people a little bit more time to, roll in before we start. Let's keep it behind the doors. I'll show you 6 documentaries about Detroit right now. I'll do it right now.
Mm-hmm.
What's everybody's reaction to the Super Bowl? Well, we're going to talk about it. Hello, everybody. I hope you're feeling blessed. We're feeling blessed, Rena. I hope you're feeling blessed. I'll send you 6 uplifting Detroit audiobooks. That's funny. With the audiobook gonna be it's gonna be noise canceled out in the background so I don't hear the gunshots. This is my first time. How y'all doing? Hey, welcome to it. I'm glad you were able to tune in with us for your first time. Hopefully you get to join in the conversation and have some good stuff to talk about. I do want to talk about the Super Bowl. Well, we talk about it. Hey, everyone on here and Discord. Shout out to Jonathan or Joe Nathan. Go Eagles, go. Yep, shout out to Eagles, Super Bowl champion. It's just crazy how whether win or lose, Philadelphia was going to get destroyed, which is crazy to me. We smoking on that Drake pack? Hey, man. Apparently he survived all those bullet holes, man. He got smoke coming out of him. Hi, Bird Lady. How you doing?
Hey, load it up, boss.
2 more minutes and then we'll start this flock talk, giving people a little bit more time to trickle on in before we get started. If you guys are in the YouTube live stream and the audio's up, you're able to hear Christian music. This is Christian rap because I don't listen to nothing else but gospel music. Not sure how to talk in Discord. Basically what you'll do is when you're ready to speak on a topic, you'll be able to raise your hand. There's a button, a little hand icon. If everybody wants to press it so she can see what it sees like, go ahead and press your hand icon so they can see what it looks like. It'll be like a green hand that raises up and we're able to click it and drag you up and then you'll be able to speak. There you go. And we'll be able, so when you click that, raise that hand button, we click it and it'll approve it to you. It'll send you a message like, hey, you've been invited to come up and speak. You accept it and then you'll be able to talk up here.
Yeah.
Please, no more Drake eulogies. Let that man rest. Hey, that's above my pay grade to let that man rest or not. I'm a civilian. I don't get paid enough. All right. I have given people enough time to trickle on in here, so let's get this party started. Let's turn this music off. Goodbye, music. It's time to get serious. It's time to talk about the stuff that actually matters. L Dragon, I see you got a new profile picture, man. It looks good, man. I'm happy for you. All righty. My fan is unplugged, unfortunately, but it's okay. I got water. I'll be okay. Matter of fact, I'll be better than okay. I'm turning my air conditioner on.
It was just on. It's just crazy.
You gotta remember my PC, how powerful it is. It generates more heat.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, my office is very small compared to the bedroom, so heat builds up faster. It's okay though. BM dropped a new episode of Best Dress. Plus, they have new judges. We saw, but the only reason why we didn't record it is because we had to celebrate my sister's birthday, and that kind of pushed us off schedule a little bit. But my sister comes priority. I love my family. My family comes first after God. So I have to. You got to be able to balance content and then the family. You get what I'm saying? Okay. Hey, happy birthday, sis. I appreciate you. My sister watches the content, so I'm sure she'll see that. She appreciates you. Miracle Holmes, how you doing? Tell her I said happy birthday. Hey, I'll tell her. I appreciate you, El Dragon. All right. First things first, let me put this disclaimer out there. We can talk about the Super Bowl, but we got to make sure, okay? Because the Super Bowl is a touchy subject. And I know some of y'all are some wild cards. No racial remarks. No slander. All right? Don't say nothing that you wouldn't say in your church, okay? I already know how passionate people are getting. My TikTok is full of people arguing about this subject. All right. You can say what you want to say, but you can say it respectful in a respectful way. All right. People don't gotta like your opinion. People gonna like your opinion, but keep it Christian, bro. All right. If the sky cracked right now mid conversation, would you go to heaven? That's what you gotta think. Happy birthday to your sister. Thank you, Demetrius. I appreciate you, family. All right. Anyway, let's do it. Hey, welcome to Flock Talk, episode 14. We have made it 14 episodes of Flock Talk. That means 14 weeks of Flock Talk. So good job. Ironically, it's the day before the 14th of February, which is a holiday I don't celebrate, but shout out to the people that do. Y'all do y'all thing. Once again, it's your boy Kites, and I'm here with my lovely, lovely, beautiful wife. It's just Alex.
What's up, peoples?
Hey, and today, this Flock Talk, we're going to do it a little differently. We're not going to hop straight into Pop the Balloon because we know that is easy conversation, but I do know what conversation y'all do want to have. So first things first, we are going to talk about the Super Bowl. How do people feel about the Super Bowl, etc., etc.? So we're going to start it off with that. But before that, my lovely wife, do you have anything you would like to say to the audience? Any announcements? Anything important?
No. Appreciate y'all for being here. No announcements at the moment. Nothing that I could think of.
Got you. All right.
Mm-hmm.
First things first, whose birthday is it? It was my sister's birthday on the 9th. That was my sister's birthday. Thank you. Are we talking about the game or the performance itself? Hey, the thing as a whole. If you want to talk about your team because you're an Eagles fan or a Chiefs fan, go ahead. But if you specifically want to talk about the performance, we ain't got no problem with that. So, overall, my consensus of the Super Bowl, it was cool. I didn't watch the whole thing. I got to see the last little bits of it because we were busy, but I did get a chance to see the halftime show on there, and I think the controversy is a little ironic. It's very funny, the things that are like standing out to people. Some people are saying Kendrick Lamar had the worst halftime show in history, which I strongly disagree. Some people saying it's the greatest halftime show in Super Bowl history. There's a debate there, but it is what it is. Overall, I think he did an excellent job. His visuals and everything, I think, were very good. He started, there's a key detail he started off the whole Super Bowl halftime show with, which was saying, this is way bigger than music. So at that point, people should have known what was going to happen. I don't know why people expected Kendrick Lamar of all artists to shuck and jive, which is crazy considering his music catalog. If you thought he was going to come in there and turn it up like it's a party, then you are not listening to his music as much. But and even I don't listen to his music as much, and I know that. I know better than that. But so raise of hands, how did you guys feel about the Super Bowl? Alex, how did you feel?
I didn't watch. Well, we haven't watched the Super Bowl in like a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be real. I was half asleep when I saw his performance.
Mm-hmm.
Like when we finally got to come home and like watch it. I don't see what the uproar is about like his performance specifically that, teed people off or whatever. But yeah, I would have to listen to it again myself to really see what the issue is. But other than that, I mean, I really don't have any opinions on the Super Bowl because, yeah, all the sport industry, that stuff it's rigged. I don't really care.
Got you. Okay, let's get to it. If you have something to say about the Super Bowl, let's do it. I'm bringing up the first three. Oops, I tried to click Smiley and I clicked Bird Lady, but man, we're just gonna bring everybody up.
All right. Let me get my thing.
Monet was clicked up first, so we gonna have Monet talk first. Y'all know how it goes. 2 minutes, 30 seconds. Keep it respectful. Monet.
Yep.
How did you feel about the Super Bowl? Let's hear it.
The Super Bowl itself, I mean, I already knew how the game was gonna go. After watching the first 2 quarters, I already knew who was gonna win based off how the Chiefs and stuff were playing and how they basically made no like actual steps to come back or try to make a comeback. Like it quite literally looked like they was just like, lagging around. As far as the Super Bowl performance, Kendrick himself has always been an artist. He's always told messages through art, which is his music, whether it be through a music video or lyrics that he uses in his songs. So I think people had the wrong idea when it came to his performance. How he started it out is exactly how he meant to, and he told a story within his performance. And the reason why it's causing an uproar with a whole bunch of people is because they just don't understand the message. And it's either they understand the message or they're just choosing to ignore the message that he tried to put out there. So that's just my take on it.
Okay. Solid take. Thank you, Monet. All right. Smiley, how'd you feel about the Super Bowl, big dog?
All right, what's up? Hey, everybody doing? How y'all doing today?
I'm doing
First of
blessed.
all, that's what's up. Holy faith, holy faith. The Super Bowl performance, I don't understand why people were so mad for it. He did a good job, but I think what it is too, what a lot of people ain't really saying is like you got to think it was in New Orleans, so they probably wanted to see like Lil Wayne, Master P. You get what I'm saying? Like they wanted to probably celebrate like New Orleans like
Mm-hmm.
hip hop instead of like the West Coast, because he already had his chance with the Dr. Dre and Cali. I feel like that's the best halftime performance of all time with the Dr. Dre and all of them when they came out that like 2-3 years ago. But I
Mhm.
think a lot of people just wanted to see Wayne, and because it's New Orleans and stuff like that. But because like in New Orleans like they not really vibing to like a lot of like West Coast stuff. Like it's more of a regional thing, like the
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
bounce music and stuff like that out there. So yeah, I think that's the reason why a lot of people were silent. But if like Wayne and like Master P would have came out, it would, and like Boosie or somebody, it would have been crazy. But
Mhm.
I think it's more of a regional thing to me.
Okay. Okay. That's cool. Rena chimed in. She said Lil Wayne is not a good performer. I say I agree with you when it comes to his live performances. Live performances, Lil Wayne is
Mm.
not very entertaining to watch. Now, listening to his tracks in general, oh yeah, Lil Wayne is untouchable. Okay, Bird Lady speaks. Hello.
Ooh, ain't nobody gonna like this. I did not watch the Super Bowl. I did not watch the performance just because I don't listen to any kind of secular music.
Fair.
But from able to gather, I was disappointed because I don't know who Kendrick Lamar is, but after this happened, my little brother and my husband was telling me like he is brilliant. He's a Pulitzer Prize winner and everything. And I believe when you're on that stage, especially with Black people, our music has the opportunity to either divide or bring together. I think about the performances like Prince playing Purple Rain in the rain when they told him not to do it. Michael Jackson putting out a statement, heal the world, but it brought people together.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wish that stage could have been used for more trying to bring people together and unite people because, I'm tired. I don't even watch news anymore. Like you can't even watch football without just being able to let loose and let all the cares of the world go. And I believe that stage could have been used for something a lot more positive. And if he's a lyricist, which seems like he is, that everyone says he could have used that to really bring down a divide. Like a stadium of people is calling another man that you got beef with, P word.
Mhm.
But when the whole stadium is holding hands saying heal the world and bolting out that soprano note that can't nobody hit. that Prince note,
Mhm.
That platform could have been used for something a little bit more positive to kind of, because it's hard out here now. The political climate is very, and the evil that's out there is, I mean, it's pushing, and I just wish that we would have saw something a little bit more. Like I said, I didn't watch it. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't watch it, but I was just disappointed that a beef was put. Man, that's the super. All eyes are on you. You could have really, but it is what it is. I'm done.
Okay.
Shout out to Bird Lady. Well, you don't listen to secular, so I can understand that. I don't listen to secular music that much. I did watch the clip just because rap culture is very connected to Black American culture very strongly. Hip hop, people don't believe it, but hip hop is a religion, and it's a religion that is attached to Black culture, so it affects a lot of the stuff that we do. I get what she's saying. I would suggest you watch it, even if you just mute it just to see the visuals. It was more of a unified type of song. Like his performance was a very like unite the people.
It was a warning. if
Yeah,
anything.
it was more like a black
Y'all need to
people
wake up.
Yeah, like black people like, hey, look at what's going on type of thing, because he had a lot of visuals like there was a point where he was standing between two split American flags, basically symbolizing the two parties and how we're divided as a country. He had the whole Not Like Us thing. If you actually look at the Drake beef overall, it was basically Kendrick basically saying like Drake only uses Black culture music and uses Black culture to for status. He doesn't actually represent us, and he is not like us, meaning that all that. But it's deeper. There was a lot of things that he was doing, like subtle warnings, because the industry, one thing that the elites got to do is they have to tell you what they're going to do before they do it. And it's very, like Bible says, warning comes before destruction. So this was very much a warning type of performance, like, hey, pay attention. So, but I get what she's saying though. I get it. Poetical, are you there, brother?
Hello. Yes, I am here. Hello to everybody.
Hello.
I did watch this Super Bowl. I watched the halftime performance. The Super Bowl itself as a whole it's kind of underwhelming for me. I mean, I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, so neither one of these was my team, but in the same breath, I did kind of want to see history happen. I did want to see the Chiefs three-peat, just because, again, it's history, something that had never happened before. But the Eagles, they took care of business. They made sure that didn't happen. And this is probably one of the first times I've seen Patrick Mahomes look very just uncomfortable the whole game. It usually doesn't look like that, but that's just what it is. As far as the halftime performance, I think the halftime performance was I mean, different Kendrick, because I know as artists, he'll throw stuff out there, and if you're knowledgeable enough to pick up on the pieces of what he does, then you understand the message. So I don't have an issue with that. I mean, I kind of don't know what the whole uproar is, but there's a part of me that don't care either, because I feel like a lot of times, especially in Black culture, like there's always going to be this uproar about something that happened. There's going to be people that accept it, people that don't, whatever. I'm kind of over that part too, because I've seen it happen in so many different things in black culture. Like, people are going to find something to complain about, even if there's nothing there. And I'm not saying that there wasn't nothing there, but there's always going to be this outrage, and it's like, whatever. Like, he's an artist, he's a performer. This is what he does. I mean, it goes to hip hop as a whole. Like you can either accept it or you don't. A lot of us grew up on it. It has its good parts. It has its bad parts. I mean, you take the good with the bad, and you keep rolling and moving forward. So, like, if you don't like it, then you always have the option to listen to other music. But if you do rock with it, you understand the message. You understand what he was trying to do, and it's a little bit of a warning, but Kendrick is a genuine, brilliant artist like that. So just kind of take heed to the message, keep it moving.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Good take, Poetical. Thank you for sharing with us, big dog. Will Too Humble.
All right, can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yes, we can.
Okay, cool. So I think it was. I didn't really get a chance to watch the game part because I had a bunch of studying to do and things of that nature. I think that's one of the reasons why I missed the last Flop Talk because it was pretty much busy that week. But as far as the game, I couldn't really watch it because also I was busy. But I did see parts of the halftime show, and I also saw, basically once the Super Bowl and everything was over, there was a riot that happened, and I was just like, wow. So basically, yeah, because I heard someone say that regardless of who wins, there was going to be a riot happening.
Yes.
And the first thing that came to mind is like, what is wrong with y'all, bro? Like, what is going on? Like, who raised y'all? Y'all want to sit here and start a riot and start a fight over a Super Bowl game? All I really thought at that moment was like, man, we are so doomed. I'm like, dude, this cannot be real. Cannot be serious with this. This is insane. I was like, bruh, like literally, I'm up here going through TikTok. I'm up here going through Instagram, all the other stuff. And that's the first thing I see. I'm like, oh no. Are they going to do more Super Bowls now? Are they going to sit here and, make sure like, all right, we got to check everybody, hypothetically. But just saying in general, it's just insane. Yep, this is it right here. Yep, this is it. I'm just like, dude, there's no way. Over a Super Bowl game.
So to give people context, the reason why people knew that there was going to be a riot, the last time the Eagles won the Super Bowl, they did a parade, but for some reason, whenever they do their parade, it turns into like a full-on destroy the city type of environment where they like rip up the poles, they light stuff on fire, they break into stores. And it's all ironically for celebration. And so whether a lot of the memes were like whether Philadelphia wins or loses, Philadelphia is going to get like destroyed. And so that was the joke to the point where even the mayor of Philadelphia even sent out a notice, and she basically said like, hey, please, like no matter what happens, can we please not climb on the poles, like people fell off, get hurt, all that stuff. And of course, Philadelphia responded, and I'll show you guys a clip. This is how Philadelphia responded to it.
Wow.
Holy.
And the game was in.
It was in New Orleans. It was nowhere near Philadelphia.
Didn't they just have a whole like bomb situation go on a month ago or so?
It don't matter. It's the Super Bowl.
Like that, like they're already hurting over there. Like, why would y'all?
Yep,
Can't make this up.
They took the street light.
Can't make this up.
This is them winning, by the way. This is them winning.
Yeah, no man.
So keep in mind that's them when they win. Imagine if they would have lost. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's how Philly get. That's how they get down, man. Like
That
Miles
should
said,
be
that's normal.
normal.
That's normal.
That shouldn't be normal. Why is that not considered terrorism?
Oh my gosh.
Hey man.
I thought anything else that I've seen outside of America was worse, but looking at that, I was like, sure, it looked like Afghanistan, Iraq. Oh my gosh, hold on, what's going on? But yeah, like that's basically what I got from it, from like the halftime, and if I wanted to add a little bit more, also Kendrick Lamar, knowing who he is, like he's bound to sit up here and do his thing as an artist. Like, there's no way you can sit there and make an argument on that, especially him winning like 5 Grammys, especially off of Not Like Us. Like, come on, man, what makes you think he wasn't gonna perform that? Although they did articles numerous of times that he wouldn't be able to do it, but it was definitely gonna happen. There was no avoiding that.
Yeah. That's true.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's all I really wanted to input.
Shout out Will Too Humble. Also, he's being sued for the song Night Like Us, but the song that they said he was not allowed to perform at the Super Bowl was in fact King Kunta. So King Kunta was a banned song from the Super Bowl. Miles.
Yo.
Yes,
hello,
sir.
Hello.
How you feeling?
You know what, man? I'm doing all right, man. I hurt my toe this morning, though, but I'm gonna be okay, though. I'm gonna live. Yeah, and no, actually, I gotta say it real quick because it's kind of funny though. I ran my toe on a curve, like kind of like put my foot through it, in the sense, but it didn't go through. But I kind of stubbed my toe, like I bruised it and kind of fractured it. And I wanted to complain so bad, right? I wanted to like be so mad and complain like a diva, but I was sitting next to 2 people that had 1 leg apiece. I was like, man, I can't even complain. I'm over here crying over a toe. They ain't got no leg.
You see how God
I was like, let me just shut up now. It was like, you all right? Oh, forget it.
It could be worse, man.
Forget about it.
Yeah.
Right. Y'all in weird chairs with nice sneakers. Let me just get over myself. Let me stop crying. Yeah, that happened this morning. Yeah.
Hey, man, I hope you get better, though, man.
Yeah, thank you. I got probably 2 more days and I'll be healed. It just hurts right now, but I'll be okay, though. Oh, man. So I actually don't watch football, actually. That's not my sport. I haven't watched it since Troy Aikman played for the Cowboys. I was a little kid back then, 1991, baby. So, yeah, I haven't seen that in a long time, football, for personal reasons. But I did see the halftime show. I just want to point out to Mr. Humble, yeah, that's normal in Philadelphia. That's normal. That's not even. It's just now because everything's always videotaped now that you see it. I'm like, they've been doing that for years. Like that's a regular occurrence in Philly. In fact, my great grandmother told me, a story that happened when Jack Johnson won the title back in 1912, and there was a whole race riot. It was a black man who won the title, and literally 30 people was lynched that day. It was a whole riot in the whole country. So, and she was there, in the house running, like, this is like, so this has been normal in sports, rioting, the Ali era, the Joe Louis era. It's been happening for years. They had problems with LeBron when he went to Miami and they was tripping in Cleveland. This has happened for years. But other than that, everybody's answers was pretty much what I was thinking. I saw the performance. I think the performance was good. I think people are pissed because I think, like people kind of alluded to, people want to see the legendary New Orleans, entertainers, the Cash Money Millionaires, the Master P's, your Juvies. They wanted to see something like that because they seem like the other rappers bring other people in, But as far as his black consciousness, he did a good job there. I expect old people to say, well, I don't know Kendrick Lamar. I don't know his music. I expect that from older people. They're going to big up Michael Jackson, who I think had still the best one to this day. Some people are pissed because they still waiting for Chris Brown to have his big break in the Super Bowl because they believe he's the one that been deserved it and never got the chance. people just been a little uproar over a lot of things with this. You know, I've heard the whole Trump thing was, I think he's supposed to be there or something.
He was
So
there.
Yeah,
I knew
he
that
was.
was a problem too. Okay. Yeah. So everyone had all the answers. It's just, this is just one of those things where either you're going to like it or you're going to not. It's okay. Me personally, I saw the halftime show and I thought it was good for a performance. Black Conscience, Black History Month, Samuel Jackson and Kendrick had a great idea, a lot of subliminals, stuff like that. So performance-wise, I can't complain. But as far as all the negative and positive stuff, I expected the Super Bowl to be everything plus more. So I'm not surprised at anything I'm going to be hearing today. So that's pretty much it. And thank you guys for blessing my toe today. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Shout out to Miles and his toe, man. Hey, thank you for the take, man. Oh, I did not mean to. Look, man, y'all got it. Look, once y'all hear the shout out, man, it's over. It's clips. All right, it's not. It's clips. All right. Jade, how did you feel about the Super Bowl?
Hello.
Nice to see you again.
Are you my friend? Hey, I'm live. Ever since I that video, because I'm from LA, so when I seen the clowns on his video, I was like,
oh, Tommy the Clown, yeah,
play.
Yeah,
man, I grew up with them. They came to our parties and everything. So when I seen his performance, I was like, okay, this is what I expected. He represented for the West Coast. I was just like, yes, honey. And but like what's his name was saying, Poetical, I think, we're always get pushed back on our culture. So that was expected. But I honestly think that why not? Why not send a message like, because we always gonna get pushed back on, you know, who we are, whether we doing good, whether we doing bad. So why not take this moment and just send out a message? So, and with our music, like there's ups and downs, but you know, the people saying it was a diss, whatever. I mean, that's expected, honestly. You know, I'm here for the little shade, you know. So, but anyway, but I don't know like the full like what's going on with all that. But yeah, I didn't watch the game, but I did like the performance, and I like that it wasn't just a performance. Like he actually sent a message. I'm not fully understanding of the whole message because I'm still doing some research, but overall I liked it. I really did. Yeah.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay. Shout out to Jade. Hey, it's just the Cali people in us, man. We ignorant. That's all it really is. Kendrick gave us superpowers till 2028, man. So they can't touch us. J Dot, my boy. How did you feel about the Super Bowl and the performance?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. New York in the building.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, I'm gonna be honest with you. The riot that we just saw is basically similar to the riot that happened in 1992, bro, with the Chicago Bulls after they beat the Trailblazers. Yeah, it's just I just don't think there's no need for a riot to happen all over some sport, you know? Like you gotta also remember about others' safety, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but yeah, that's all I gotta say, bro.
Okay. Shout out to J Dot. Chubbs. Well, I almost moved him to the audience. Chubbs, how you feel about the Super Bowl and everything, man?
So I only watched like the second half of the Super Bowl. I ain't really care for it because neither one of them my team. I'm a Giants fan and we trash right now. And the Eagles in my division, so you know I hate them. I hate them so much. The performance itself, I watched the performance. It was a good performance. I've been listening to Kendrick Lamar and Drake well before they were known artists since like 2008. Kendrick, like with many of his performances, it's not about the song itself because we know that it is overall, it was made as a diss song to Drake. Kendrick is that type of performer where he's always going to have a lot of symbolism and a deeper message for you to understand. And as you can see after the performance, there were many tweets, posts, TikToks about the underlying message that he was trying to convey.
Mm-hmm.
He did switch up a lot of the lyrics. So, unlike his typical lyrics in a song where he's aiming them at Drake, he switched it up to try to see if people were gonna catch the message. Because Trump was there,
Mm-hmm.
and not to get too deep into politics and stuff, but he was aiming the message at. Uh, no offense to any Caucasian people in here, he was aiming the message at rich white America, Trump, and the higher up, the big wigs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And the message was like in a Squid Game type of style, where like rich America is eating the poor class, the middle class and under.
Mm.
Like we need to stick together, the poor in the middle and then in the middle class. And as you can see from a lot of a lot of the stuff that he's been doing since he's been in office, it's not beneficial unless you're in that top 1 to 2% of economic status. And then people are seeing that and they're like, they're like starting to regret their decision. Like, oh man, who did I vote for? Like, yeah, now you're seeing it. But yeah, Kendrick, like as you said, uh, him standing in between the flag, like I said, that's representing the Democratic and the Republican Party. And like I said, the people who were dressed in white, they were overpowering the people who were dressed in red and the blues.
Mm-hmm.
And Serena, she was just there dancing, it wasn't nothing more, nothing less. She just wanted to be on the stage. I will say, however, her sister being unalived by a Crip gang member, and you're on that stage. I get, hey, you're from Compton, and that's been a thing you've been doing, but the symbolism behind it, you're dancing when your older sister was unalived by a gang member, was kind of like really? But yeah, overall though, it's always the underlying message that Kendrick is trying to get people to see. Cause like when he performed at the BET Awards and he had like 20 black men in jailhouse suits chained up together, representing like where we come from slavery, and how it's like now prison is representing new slavery. It's us black men locked up in chains.
Right.
But yeah, the performance was definitely good, and yeah. Forget the Eagles, forget Kansas City. I hate them, and that's all.
Shout out to Big Chubbs.
Appreciate it.
To give clarification,
let me say something real quick on her Crip walk, because although that did happen, but there's a reason why Serena was there doing her Crip walk. There's been many times where she's had matches and she's done that, and she got booed or called ghetto or got called ratchet or got called unprofessional for doing those things on the court, for celebrating her wins and her victories. Because it's like, oh, here we go, typical black girl from Compton. Here we go, she Crip walking, got a thug on the court type thing. It was a reason for her being there.
Yeah. Also, be careful when you guys hear the narratives of that. Her sister, as Miles posted, that is one of the things she did. Her sister was unalived by a Crip member, but it wasn't that she was the target of the individual. She was killed in crossfire. So it was two gangs going at it. Unfortunately, the gun that hit her was a Crip member, but she was caught in crossfire. It wasn't that she was targeted by it. But I get what people are saying. At the end of the day, a Crip still took your life. why you crip walking. So hey, that's between her and God. Saint.
What's happening, man? What's happening? What's
New
happening?
York
Yo,
in the
yo,
building
yo.
again. Yes, sir.
New York in this thing, man. Just piggybacking off of what Chubbs was talking about. It was a great performance. I loved it, man. I was hyped. I've been a Kendrick fan. I'm only 24, but I've been a Kendrick fan for like a long time, probably since like middle school or the start of my middle school years or whatever. You know what I'm saying? As long as I remember, I had the iPhone 4 listening to Kendrick. It was a long time ago, bro. I mean, for me, probably not. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, what you call it?
Oh.
My fault, gang. I got pause. But my bad. Anyway, I'm back. What's it called? But yeah, great performance though. And I love the messaging. I love Samuel Jackson as Uncle Sam. I think, for some reason it felt very familiar with his role in Django.
Yes.
So I loved how like they pulled him for that. That was great. And one thing I noticed after the fact when I rewatched it and I liked it is that in the beginning, I don't know if y'all recall the each portion of the stadium lighting up as buttons.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if y'all seen it so far, but that when they was talking about they're basically playing these neighborhoods like a game because the whole setup was the neighborhood, so they're playing the neighborhoods like a game. That's
Right.
someone's theory I heard, which I was like, damn, that was deep.
Yes.
But all of it's still unraveling. And I love that everyone's now, diving deep into what this man, displayed, because this is something like, this is art at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's, he's rapping or he's drawing, it's still art. So you can't discredit it. And I don't like how people's coming out saying, oh, his trying to find any reason to slam him down or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like that. I think he did great. Like I said, I think he did amazing. And he came prepared. I think Kendrick, y'all gotta always remember, he comes prepared and he always comes intentional. There's always something behind it, because he's not just gonna give you something that you could just, bob your head to. He's gonna leave you with a message or leave you with something that you felt. And I think that's one of the great things about his music. You know what I'm saying? He leaves you with substance. He doesn't just leave you with, just I guess a song that's, good to bob your head to while you're walking or you're driving or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I love the performance. And might I add, the Crip Walk part, again, piggybacking off of Chubbs, that really had nothing to do, like y'all said, that she wasn't involved with that. That was Crossfire. Because I had gotten to an argument with one of my people about, just about that. Like, they said the same sentiments. Oh, how she Crip walking and this and that. And, it's the same organization that killed her sister. Bruh, no, stop that. You know what I'm saying? Like how Alex said, you know what I'm saying? She Crip walked throughout her tennis years. Y'all seen that. I think it was, I don't know if it was Wimbledon when she Crip walked, but I believe
when she won the gold,
yeah,
they didn't like it.
Exactly. So I and of course the Compton connection, you know what I'm saying? But overall, man, I that's that performance compared to the last performances we've seen over the years with Usher, Rihanna, who was before that? I think who was before Usher and Rihanna? I forgot who. But
I think
compared to them, I
think it was like Usher and Rihanna. I think I don't remember. I'm sorry. I'm drawing a blank.
Yeah, but all I'm saying is that it's up there. That performance is up there. Like that's what I'm saying. It was such a simple performance, but it was like something that was just connecting about it. You know what I'm saying? Like it didn't leave you with nothing. It made you feel like, damn, I kind of want to watch this again. You know what I mean? So, but I ain't gonna hold the time. Brother West ain't here to drop me down, but appreciate y'all for letting me talk and all that. So yeah.
Oh,
appreciate it.
Shout out to Saint. Stepper.
I forgot to start the timer the last 2 times, but
it's
okay, here we go.
Stepper. And then Mo will be the last one to talk on this. How you doing, big dog? New York in the building.
I'm chilling. Just got back from the gym. I was sparring just now, but I'm good now. What? So what's the question? Like, how you feel about
the Super Bowl, the performance? How did you feel overall?
Oh, the performance was good overall. I mean, except for when Kendrick Lamar chose to play his diss song towards Drake. I mean, we're not getting into all that, but overall it was good. Philadelphia Eagles did their thing, Proud of them. It was good.
Okay.
Overall, the performance, everything was good. I'll give it like a good 8 out of 10.
Hey.
10 points.
Shout out to Stepper.
Yeah.
Mo.
Hello, everybody.
How
How are
you
you,
doing?
Kite,
I'm great.
Alex, everyone here? Sorry, I'm late today because it's 5 a.m. in the morning right here.
We are so sorry.
In Saudi Arabia. The Super Bowl was amazing. I believe Kendrick finished Drake. I mean, Drake is finished basically. I've been watching this beef for a while, and I had one incident because you guys spoke about gangs and everything. I was wearing a Brit T-shirt in Compton, and being from Saudi Arabia, didn't understand the gang situation in LA because I lived in LA for a couple of years, and I was wearing a Reed T-shirt in Compton. I was walking around, and a guy came to me. He just pulled over with his car, and he said he had a gun on him, and he was like, Are you aware of what you're wearing right now? You're not supposed to wear this color in this area." And I was so confused, like, what's going on? Why I cannot wear red T-shirt? He didn't leave me alone till I gave him $500. So I was really surprised about the situation that is happening. And then I understood more that there are certain areas in LA that I have to be careful with what I'm wearing. And this is a big problem that made me, I'm not saying wanted to move from LA, but I ended up moving to Chicago. And I hope this situation or all this, gang stuff finish, or, don't be as active as it is right now in LA. But overall, the Super Bowl and the performance was one of the best, after, Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre performance. So I would give it 8 out of 10.
Okay.
And I'm sorry I'm late. Next time I'll be early.
Hey,
Oh, no,
man.
you're
Thank
good,
you guys.
brother.
If
Be
anything,
here where you can. It's not-
if anything, I would rather you get your proper sleep. Flock Talk will always be posted.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Your support. You just watching it is big support too. Don't risk your sleep and your health for some Flock Talk, man. We'll be here. We be all right, man.
I'll always support you guys. Thanks again.
Thank you.
No problem.
Also, we apologize for what happened to you in LA. Unfortunately,
Oh, you don't have to. It's all right.
yeah, but unfortunately, you are a victim of something that it's funny because even people in the US don't know that this happens. That's why, like, when we talk about like how gritty and crazy LA, or not even LA, California is, like, it sounds like we're joking a lot when we say like, oh, don't wear no hats out here, don't wear no colors out here. And a lot of we get a lot of feedback of people's basically saying like, oh, like, y'all are over exaggerating. I can wear this, I can wear that. It's like, you can wear whatever you want, right? But what comes with it is on your own. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
it doesn't make sense to tell people that live in the state, that were born and raised in the state, what they can and can't do. When we try to tell people, they'd be like, nah, y'all just over exaggerating. It's not a big deal. But like, no, that situation is unfortunate. And it does happen a lot. It happens quite often. It happens. I can say this. You could tell who's not from California just by how they walk, how they dress, how they talk. You can smell out a tourist really fast. Like, you could tell that they're not from Cali.
Yeah.
It don't have to be a LA specific thing, but you could just tell that they're not from Cali. Because they're too loose.
Yeah. It's like it's to a point where it's like, unfortunately, Mo, like, him having to pay the $500, like, thank God he kept his life. You get what I'm saying? There's people that die over this t-shirt stuff. Like, it's sad, really. Like, even out here, I'm hours away from LA, but even out here, my mom was like, hey, I'm not buying you no all red shirt. I'm not buying you no all blue shirt. You can ask Alex. Throughout school, I always wore a multicolor shirt. If I wore a black shirt, it was a black and white shirt. If I wore a red shirt, it was a red with black, blue, something type of shirt. I never wore a solid red, a solid blue, because out here in Cali, unfortunately, like, gang culture
The
is
men
still
get targeted the most.
Yeah, gang culture is still pretty out there right now. Like, so it's like I be telling people like, be careful with the hats. Be careful. Like, even like some people be like, oh, but I like the Dodgers. I like the Dodgers. It's like, look, I get it, but there's groups that claim that hat.
Those are gangs too. Yeah. People got to understand too with the teams. Y'all be thinking like, oh, like diehard Dodger fans. No, those are like gangs and cults too. Like they go hard for these teams out here. Football too.
The Angels hat bro, I'm gonna tell y'all now. I don't know why y'all do this. The Angels hat keeps getting y'all in trouble. Please stop wearing the Angels hat out here, man. Stop.
Oh yeah, San Bernardino. San Bernardino.
Why the hats? Because it's easier. Okay, so you got to think about it this way, right? When you guys are doing crime and stuff like that, you guys are like, say for instance, you guys are robbing, you guys are about to go shoot somebody, do whatever. What is the typical color you're gonna wear? You're typically gonna put on all black, right? You're gonna do all black. You're gonna try to do it at night, whatever. But the reason why they do the hats is because it's a little bit more subtle than the scarves and the handkerchiefs. You get what I'm saying? Remember when gangs used to wear the bandanas? They still do
bandanas. Put it in their back pocket and all that. They
used to wear the bandanas on the neck. They wear the bandana on the back pocket. Some of them put the bandanas in their shoes. Some of them put okay. So it's easy to target people when you got the bandana, because why do you have a red rag anyway? Why do you have a blue rag anyway? So what they started doing was, okay, the rags keep getting us caught up, so let's throw the hat. Okay, we're blood, let's get this red hat. And are you in a gang? Nah, man, I'm just wearing a red hat. But all your gang wears that same red hat. You get me? So it's subtle ways.
It's how you rep your set. That's just how you rep your set. They used to do the flags and the bandanas and stuff. Now they do the hats.
Yeah. At some point they were doing the shoes. If you was wearing certain color Chucks they was rocking the Chucks at some point. So it's like, it's just at the end of the day, wear what you want. Just know if people ask you, know what to say, know how to say it. But yeah, I wear camouflage in SoCal. Exactly. It's like it sucks
and
that we're like that.
That's still dangerous.
Right. So before the Chucks, they were claiming the Chucks, man. When Vans came out, they was rocking the Vans. It was bad. So it's like, you got to be careful, bro. To end off the Super Bowl thing, give you guys a little bit of insight. So Kendrick Lamar, his segment was called The Game, The Great American Game, which is football, the great American sport. Madden is one of the most popular American games. That's why he had the PlayStation symbolism, the square. He had the square, the X, the triangle, the circle, to symbolize the PlayStation controller. If you looked at during the performance, it would light up in certain sequences like square, circle, X, circle. Those were little cheat code inputs that if you were playing certain games and you put those inputs in the game, it would give you more life, power boost, stuff like that. So that was the subtle thing. But also there was little subtle things that Samuel Jackson was saying. He said lights, light. He was Uncle Sam. Samuel Jackson was playing Uncle Sam, right? But it was symbology in it of him saying things like, welcome to the American game. You play the game right. Play it how you're supposed to play it. You get me? Him saying stuff like, oh, you guys are going too ghetto, too ratchet, to all this. Let's tighten it up, lock it in. That's how everybody reacted to Kendrick's performance. A lot of other cultures feel like it was ghetto, it was unprofessional, they shouldn't have did it. So it kind of played into it, what he was saying. There's a certain part where Samuel Jackson says like, oh, you think that you're doing the thing that your people always do. You go and go get your homies. Okay, so deduct one life, right? Which is common when you see a group of people. One thing that happens very often is when there's a big group, a big clip, whether they're a big group of celebrities, rappers, gang members, one of them always gets killed. Prime example also, he performed this in an X for XXXTentacion. If you guys know, he was killed. So it's little subtle innuendos in it. I could go on for a while, but this is not the video for that. But anyway, Enough about the Super Bowl. Enough about the Super Bowl. Alex, is there a topic you would like to jump into before we get to Pop the Balloon? Anything that you feel like we should jump into?
That's crazy. No, that you're actually going in order of
of the thing. Go ahead. You can name off the next topic.
Okay. Okay. 1 second. At 7 minutes.
Also, we're going straight into Pop the Balloon.
7 minutes and 40. Yeah, 7 minutes and 46 seconds.
Nitro.
That's what Nitro said.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Okay, I got you. So we're gonna get into the topic that Nitro put out, but first, let's do the initial opinion. Pop the Balloon. We had episode 42, season 5, episode 2 of Pop the Balloon or Find Love. This time it was another wonderful men's lineup. This overall, I feel like there's mixed feelings overall about this episode. Some people are calling this the greatest group of men. Some people are saying the men were bad. Some people are saying the women were bad. Some people say the women didn't get a fair shot. It's a lot of mixed feelings with this episode. I think the overall consensus, I think people felt like the guys were good, but my opinion of it, I think the first hour of the video, up until the third girl came out, the men were perfect. They were doing their thing. Well, not perfect, but they were doing their thing. But when the third girl came out, after she did what she did, some cracks in the armor, some chinks in the character started to show for the men. And I started to dislike the men more and more and more after I started seeing, especially when you see the guy who was literally calling a girl out, trying to call her a clout chaser.
DeMarcus.
Yeah, they went to his page. He not only shameless plugged his own content on the page, but he's a influencer on Instagram with 33K people that watch his stuff and all this stuff. And it's like, it's pot calling the kettle black type energy. So, yeah. So how did you guys feel about Pop the Balloon episode 42? Alex, how did you feel?
Kind of like what Squaw said, it was good until it wasn't good anymore. Like the beginning, it was a good stride. They were getting matches. I think they had got like 2-3 matches like in a row. And then right after that, for some reason, like they flipped the switch. All the guys was just, I don't know what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly don't know. But I mean, we got 3 matches. I guess.
I guess.
I don't like how they did my girl Jazz. I don't like how they did my girl Jazz. Like DeMarcus did, like he was really tripping. But other than that, you know, everybody dressed really nice. All the women dressed really nice. Yeah. She had like what, 10 people? 10 people this time.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't as small as it's been the last few times, but you know. Other than that, it for sure was an interesting episode because a lot of different personalities came out afterwards.
Okay. Good take. Miracle said, do you guys think it was Pop the Balloon fatigue after Taria? I don't think it was fatigue. This actually wasn't even one of their longest episodes. It was only an hour 23 with how many girls came out. I think it was just, I feel like after the third girl, I think the third girl probably rubbed them some wrong ways. And then the next girl came out and did what she did. And I guess it just was like a culmination of irritation from how it was happening.
Maybe, yeah.
But I think you can only put up the facade of like, I'm a great person for so long before you start showing some genuine character traits. You get what I'm saying? But that's just what I see. I could be wrong. I'm not the law. I'm not God. I don't know how they really felt, but that's just what I think.
Right.
So we got Bear Claw, we got Chubbs, we got Stepper, we got Will Too Humble. I'm bringing everybody up that raised their hand right now. I'm gonna mute
1
you
second.
guys. So we're gonna have Bear Claw go first. So I'm gonna mute everybody else. Boom, 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 boom. Bear Claw, how did you feel about episode 42?
Hey y'all, good evening. Good evening. Hope y'all are blessed. Hope everybody's blessed. You know, this was one of those episodes, man, that I would say was a very entertaining pop the balloon episode. See now, what comes off as entertaining to me, I know everybody gets something different from these shows, but I feel like when there's a balance of intention and foolishness in one episode, but again, a balance. So not something that's like more foolish than intentional, more intentional than foolish, even though that's good too. But when there's like a good balance, I feel like it's a good episode. It's a good episode, maybe not in terms of like successful matches, but it's a good episode in terms of entertainment. I was entertained by this episode. You know, there was like some moments where I said, okay, that looks intentional. I like what she asked. I like how he answered. And there was moments where I was like, wow, that's foolish. Wow, he didn't really just say that, did he? You know, like, but I like that there was a balance of that. And that's what I look for in Pop the Balloon or Find Love with Arletta Mooley. I like a balance of the both, personally. You know, like there's been episodes I've seen where they were like, you know, top shelf men, top shelf women. I don't remember the exact episode in particular, but there was nothing but good matches and good vibes when no side eyeing going on or anything like that. And that's good. And I like seeing that, especially with Black Love, but it was kind of boring. And there's been episodes where there's been nothing but foolishness going on, and you just get exhausted. Like, man, that drained my energy. But I feel like when there's a good mix, I feel like it's top shelf. I know BM, you know, this isn't Pop the Balloon or Find Friends. I get it. You want people to find love. I get it. But I feel like an episode like this is where I give the AOK hand to. So I'm like, okay, this is a balance. This is a balance of intention. And it's a balance of a little bit of foolishness. So all around, it was entertaining to me.
Good.
Okay.
Shout out Bear Claw. Boom. Okay. Will Too Humble.
All right. 2 minutes, 30 seconds. Here we go.
All right. But what I thought about the show, it was entertaining. It was absolutely funny when it came to the third chick. You definitely could tell that it was gonna go downhill from that point, because not only, you know, the main person who's supposed to pick everyone, right, to, you know, find a match, all the guys were sitting up here, you know, talking amongst each other, whispering as, you know, there was a one-on-one going on, and then my man's with the braids in the middle was sitting up here just talking for everybody, you know, because of the height and things of that nature. It was funny, and that's what the problem is. It is absolutely funny. It's not like, oh, okay, I can watch this and really see love. This is more like, let me sit up here and say very nasty things, very disrespectful things. And, you know, next thing you know, I'm on YouTube. And now I got a bunch of people in my DMs sitting here sending me nasty messages, but positive ones too. Just because it's been going on for this long. And there just seems to be like no type of like, you know, like genuine, like, you know, reason to go on there except to insult somebody. Like, we've been seeing that way more. And it's just like, okay, like what am I even watching this for? I can sit here and watch Saturday Night Live with the disrespect and things of that nature. I'm not trying to see it from, you know, BM or less pop the balloon perspective. Shoot, I could watch it at 20v1, right? With all the disrespect. I'm trying to watch something that is real versus being fake. That's all I have to say about it.
Okay. Shout out Will. Chubbs, how did you feel about this episode 42 of Pop the Balloon or Find Love?
Episode 42. I gave it an overall rating of 6.
Okay.
That's about average. mainly because, like you said, it started off good. Towards that halfway mark, or probably somewhere after the third woman, there was a shift in energy in the room, in the environment. And I think the fellas, when they started out well, but then they started to kind of act up and cut up a little bit more, and it became more so entertainment. It's like we started off, you know, being intentional and looking for love. And it's like now, you know what, man, forget it. Let's start to cut up and, what I'm saying, let's get some entertainment. Let's run these views up now. And it's like, BM and Arliss, like they want to unify black people into love, promote more black love. And it's like y'all coming on these people platforms with this ignorance and this foolishness, and a lot of people coming on there, like you said, to shameless plug their brand or what they do. Hey, I'm a rapper, singer, I'm a comedian, I'm an influencer, I'm a beauty person, a makeup person, and it's like, bro, what you like? Man, cat that somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Because like I
Yeah.
watch or let them show, more so for, like you said, for black love. Because this is the more mature pop the balloon. It's not with all that foolishness that be on them 20v1s and all that other stuff. So yeah, that's why I say, like, the men did start out well. It just got kind of, real weird towards the end. The women, they were, well dressed, some of them, and yeah, and like, I thought I was tripping because I know Alex said it was 3 matches. I thought it was only one, unless I ain't watched the whole episode or something.
There was 3.
It was three. It was 3 matches.
Okay, but yeah, overall, I'll give it a good 6 out of 10.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, first girl got matched. Second girl got matched. Third girl didn't. Fourth girl didn't. Fifth girl didn't. Jazz did. Oh, okay. So it's 2 matches. It's 2 matches. So the third girl basically set the tone. After the third girl came out, there was no hope for anybody. It was basically like a downhill shift from there. Okay. I think it was Miles next. Miles, were you next, brother? My brother in Christ? I think you were next, so I'm going to unmute you. And then I think it was Steppa because Steppa disconnected. So we're going to get Steppa back up there. Miles, how did you feel about episode 42, brother?
It was intense. I'll just add on to what everybody else was saying. All week, this whole pop the balloon fiasco has been nothing but hoe activity. I'm just gonna be honest. It's been nothing but hoe activity this whole time from the men and the women. But I want to give a big shout out to Alex though, because she called for it. She said that they need to have a pop the balloon. I believe she's the one that said there needs to be a pop the balloon with everybody kind of the same height, but you wanted like a short guy version.
Yeah.
But they said, you know what, we're gonna do one where everybody's kind of 6 feet and taller. I think really like the one that matched with the redhead. He was the shortest, but he was close to 6 foot 2. And because he was towering over Arlette, and he was the littlest one on the panel. And so everybody was tall, and they still was being called short.
Yeah. Yeah, which was crazy.
So the height thing, that's a whole nother debacle. That just proves that like the height thing is really it's a never ending cycle. It's just as long as you're taller than the next person, then you're good. That's pretty much what it is. So if I'm 5'8" and everybody around me is 4'8", then I guess I'm the giant then, huh? So that's how it goes with some people. But as far as the whole situation, it was actually a downward spiral when the first girl came on, because like the homie said, and I'm gonna say it as well, I too know her, and yeah, that was not good for her to come on that show. She ruined it for real, to be honest with you, because she was a hot mess from the beginning. The redhead girl that was singing the first one, the first singer, she was so delightful to see. I hope that match works out really good, because she just looked like such an innocent flower. You're like, oh man, she's just so sweet with that black dress. But the rest of them though, it was chaos. Even to my comedian sister, Jazzy. Come on now, like hers was bad too, but but it's okay because as much as we want to love her, she did kind of have like a last minute moment to match with someone, and she did that whole speech about, oh, I don't really care about the looks, and yeah, you know what I mean,
trying
got
something different.
the whole thing. Yeah, and then it's like, no, but I'm not feeling you though. And it's like, man, then go home then, like but your dress look nice. Yeah, but yeah, everybody was terrible. The boys and the guys, and the girls. But I tell you what, I love though. I'm a guy that loves karma. I love when Casey got popped. It made me feel good because she was on that Pop the Balloon episode 23 where she was popping on nonsense. And I love that she got on the other side and saw how bad it was. And then she got popped. It ain't fun when the homie get the gun, right? It ain't no fun when the rapper got the gun. So I'm glad she got to see what it feel like to get popped on over superficial stuff. And I hope she learned from that. And then she realized, man, maybe I was tripping when I was on here the first time. And maybe she can find a match later down the road and think a little differently and have a different mindset. But other than that, it's been whole activity all week, though, with every Pop the Balloon. Everybody.
Okay. Shout out Big Miles. Big Miles. Okay. I feel what he's saying. I agree. Stepper. If you're in, I know you're traveling underground and stuff. So if your thing don't work, I can drag you back up here, big dog.
I think he was having issues with his phone earlier.
Yeah, he was. I think he was traveling. So I think he said he was underground at that point. So, all right. We'll mute you back. Okay. Dorian was next. Dorian. First time today. Let's hear your voice, big dog.
Good evening, y'all.
How you
I'm
doing?
glad Miles said it because if he didn't, I would. It was the first girl that really cooked it, but she was really good at hiding it. However, I find it funny that when anyone's ever in a suspicious profession, they dress it up. And Kites, I usually watch your reaction to Arlette somewhat at the same time. I usually peep her comment section just to see the vibe and then watch y'all's. Bro, when you were trying to shoot her bail, she said, send me to prison.
Mm-hmm.
She immediately said, I'm a VIP waitress. You're like, nah, it can't be that she's just like a bottle girl with her cheeks out. She was a bottle girl with her cheeks out, bro. It's tough.
You want to know
You
why I
tried
did
so
that?
hard.
You want to know why I did that? Is because it's funny, and even though I did that, it still came back to haunt us because one criticism that we've constantly been getting on our Pop the Balloon reactions is that I'm too hard on the females, or I'm too hard on the males, or I'm too mean, or I'm not mean enough, or I don't say enough, or I don't give grace, or I give too much grace. And so it's getting to a point in these reactions, I don't know what y'all want me to say no more. Like, it's like at this point, like, if I defend the women in there, I'm a simp. If I defend the men in there, I'm part of the problem. It's just like it's to the point. Y'all about to just get the next Pop the Balloon reaction. It's just gonna be Alex talking the whole time. It's not even gonna be me saying nothing. Cause even with this one, I got told I was being too harsh on the contestants. So I don't know what to say no more. My hands is in the air. Like, I'm gonna replace me with a panda bear plushie. It's just gonna be a plushie in the chair with some dreadlocks. I'm gonna chop some locks off and glue it on it. And it's just gonna be Alex and this panda bear plushie. And I'm gonna see if there's complaints off of that or not. But I'm cooked. I can't do no more, bro. I'm tired. Like, I don't know what y'all want
Just
from
remember, if Alex says something, they're gonna say you the puppet master, and she has no free will of your own because y'all married.
Thank you. Oh my god.
I have a lot of free will. Y'all think he's the villain. I just don't say a lot because I know it's gonna get me canceled. As a woman, it's gonna get me canceled. Oh, I don't say much.
And that's the thing. That's another thing, y'all
I don't say
misconception.
what I want to say.
Y'all think Alex? A lot. I saw one person, and she typed this with Grace. She said, "Kites cuts Alex off a lot." No, I do. I talk a lot because.
But we also have headphones on, so it's hard to hear each other.
Right. When me and Alex are side by side, if Alex is one thing y'all don't know, Alex is a very quiet talker, right? When she's in Discord, she sounds loud and clear, but in real life, when Alex talks, Alex does not talk loud at all. She doesn't talk loud at all. Even when we're in the car, I literally have to turn my radio off and be like, Alex, what did you say? Because Alex doesn't like to talk loud. When we have these headphones on, I really can't hear Alex at all. So it's just like, I feel it, but y'all gonna get an Alex only pop the balloon. And I'm gonna see how y'all feel about that one. But I'm sorry, y'all had to get that off my chest. I had to get that off my chest,
together,
man.
brother.
Oh no, Vent. All I can say is from the first girl, I was like, yeah, it's cooked. The second girl, she was a contestant. All I can say is this was an episode of Pop the Balloon of all time. It's not groundbreaking, but it's not all that interesting. As you peep, there were two dudes that were constantly getting popped on that you guys were confused by. It's because they don't have flamboyant swagger, anything like that. They just look like law-abiding citizens who pay their taxes, go to work, and call it a day. Maybe watch some anime here or there. But what I find hilarious is the third girl truly killed the vibe. She looked at these dudes like they were not fit to wash her dirty shoes, to clean her dirty shoes. And it did not help that the fourth girl literally had a conversation with homeboy on the end with a nose piercing. They talked about where he's from. She's like, oh yeah, oh this it's in Hawaii, whoopty woody woo. As soon as he asked her, she reiterates the question. He asks, oh yeah, where am I from again? He was trying to shoot her bail. She said, nah, I don't know what you're talking about. I forgot. And then she tried to play it off as I'm nervous. That was crazy. That was actually insane. So contestant 3 and 4, truly, it was the funeral of the episode after that. I didn't even get to watch like the last two girls, but I have no hopes. I have no interest. Because after 3 and 4, I was like, nah, this episode is cooked. So that's all I can see. It was an episode of all time.
Okay. Shout out Big Dorian. Appreciate you, man. All right, Squaw, and then Armed Swordsman. Hold on, real quick, Squaw. I'm sorry, I just told you to speak. My fault. I want to see if Steppa got fixed. Steppa, is your microphone fixed, big dog?
Nah.
He's still cooked. Okay, Steppa, I'm gonna
Probably
boot you.
move him back down.
Yeah, I'm gonna kick him out I'm gonna kick you out the thing. Rejoin Steppa and see if that fixes it. Okay, Squaw.
Oh yeah, disconnect him.
Yeah, Squaw.
Hey.
How you doing?
Thanks for. I'm doing good. You guys all look great. Sound great. Good to see you guys. I don't know. It could just be me because I had to go back and rewind a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
Is it me or does it seem like when contestant number 3, the third girl, when she came out, there was some type of pause? Like maybe there was something, a scene that was deleted? Because it doesn't, like when she came out, it doesn't seem like she came out with that attitude, but it changed.
Okay,
so I was wondering, maybe
we can go back. We can go look at it. Let's see.
Hello.
All right, you guys, is everybody able to see the screen? Let's see.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
Hello. What's your name?
Taria.
Taria, how old are you?
26.
And what do you do?
I'm a singer-songwriter.
Oh, another one.
Yes.
Okay, could we hear you sing something?
Right now?
Yes.
Y'all want to hear me sing?
Yes, yeah.
I'm gonna skip through the singing part because a lot of people didn't like it. Some people didn't feel it.
Ditto.
She said, "Oh Lord, thank you."
Travel.
All right, so what do you like to do for fun?
I'm very adventurous, so I like to travel. I like to try new things, try new foods, dance, work out, stuff like that.
Okay, what do you look for in a man?
I look for somebody that's adventurous too. like to take risks, goal driven, a good communicator, romantic, and yeah.
Okay. What are some deal breakers?
Some of my deal breakers, smoking cigarettes. Can't smoke cigarettes. More than 2 baby mamas.
Okay.
I mean, 1 baby mama, but yeah. That's pretty much it.
Okay.
And just wait, a negative. I hit a negative. number.
That was
Yeah, that's a
ironic.
good one. Definitely. All right. So we have not got any pop balloons. So I'm going to hand you a pick.
Okay.
So I'll have you hold on to that.
Okay, that's enough of the clip because from that point, she just begins walking around and you could tell she clearly didn't like the people on the panel. But go ahead, finish your point, Squaw.
Now, I was trying to see, like I said, I had to rewind a couple of times. I had to see, was her personality like that from the beginning, or did something happen that really set her off in a way that from that point on, she just had an attitude?
Okay,
now,
so what we can do is, I'm sorry, I'm cutting you off. Yeah,
that's okay.
Face expression right here as she started observing.
Yes. Whenever you're ready, go ahead and pop those 3.
Okay.
Yep, and that's where it switched.
Okay, 2 more. And 1 more. Alrighty. Let's start here. Let me
Now watch her face.
All right, let's go ahead and start with your name and age.
Toby, 28.
Okay, Toby, why'd you have your balloon unpopped?
Well, she said she was a singer, and I really love karaoke, so I mean, I just wanted to hear more.
Okay, but is she someone that you would approach, like physically?
So I'm trying to do this new thing where I don't focus on the physical
Okay.
and try to be more about like what they're all about. So I don't know if I can answer that right now.
Okay, no, you're good. And now, why'd you end up popping his balloon?
He just don't look like he would be my cup of tea. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, let's go on over.
That right there, she ain't like
Okay,
that.
your name and age.
My name is
Yeah,
Ken.
her demeanor was kind of off-putting for the setting, but you know.
But a lot
to
of
me,
people.
it was just strange, though.
Go ahead.
It was just strange, and it was like, okay, she does, when she first came out, she seemed like she had like maybe a quiet personality, but then all of a sudden it became sort of like snotty. And I was looking at the guy, I said, well, maybe after she sang, maybe someone made a smart or funny comment, and then maybe that ticked her off, but everybody still had their balloon. So maybe that wasn't the case. Or maybe they kept their balloon and still said something slick. I don't know. It just seemed like something shifted after that. And maybe I'm looking too deep into it. But that's just what I observed and what I got confused about. Like it just something shifted, and it seems like that maybe just maybe a scene was deleted or something like that, and all of a sudden she's like, well, to heck with all of y'all, really. That's what it seems like.
Okay.
Yeah, I
But
noticed.
that's all I
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
go I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was saying, I was telling Alex, like there's a part where our camera had to cut out, and I had to just, me and Alex just talked about it, and I was just like it could be that's just her demeanor, and like we've met girls like that where they have that very hard, like stern demeanor, but they're actually really just nice people. That's just their resting inner, like their resting
face.
Right.
But the thing about me is I'm very observant on body language, and I'm very observant on like eye movements, hand movements. Like I pointed out in our reaction, looking at her stance overall, this is a very closed off type of stance. This is very like I'm observing you, but like I'm keeping my thoughts internally to myself, but I'm kind of critiquing you as I'm going, right? This is like this is something like this is the stance that your parents make when they tell you, oh, you better clean your room and your room better be how I want it. And they walk in belt in the hand on the bottom, and they walking around looking through all your stuff, trying to really assess. That's what that is. It's a very observant type of expression, but it's also very closed off. It's not welcoming. It doesn't give you the impression that she's in a comfortable mindset. She may have not liked anybody. She may have liked somebody, but as she was going on, she wasn't feeling it. But that was just the way I was picking it up. She was looking up and down people a lot. When people would start talking, she would look them up and down and then have like a disgust look on her face. But that could have just been her face. So who knows?
Right. I agree. I was just trying to figure out if her demeanor was one of those I'm embarrassed, but I'm not going to show it type demeanors, or if it was actual, like you said, disgust. She confused me. She just really confused me. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe someone else, saw the same thing or not. I just wanted to bring it to the forefront and see if it was just me.
Okay. Shout out Squad Princess. Okay. Hopefully you and your husband are doing grand. Armed Swordsman. Yes, sir. Get ready. Y'all get to hear some of these voices. Armed Swordsman.
How'd you feel about the episode?
Good night again. Hopefully y'all hear me. Hearing well?
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay. So, honestly, this was, I guess, overall interesting episode. It seems to me I can agree with a lot of what was said before in regards to the contestants, but to me, it just seems like people being people, and you're going to always get different types of personalities, types of moods, right? And how people interpret each other is always going to be interesting, right? So, like the third girl, where the major shift happened in the episode, like it seems like as if she just didn't want to be here, and everybody seemed to be picking up on that. And there are times where the guys were like trying to joke, like trying to play it off, and she was just not having any of it, right? And sometimes things like that can really cause a mood shift. So it to me, it just seemed like that caused a major mood shift. And then the fourth girl, I mean, she wasn't as bad, but it wasn't much. Like maybe on their perspective, it wasn't much better. So, and then you have, if you remember that sometimes when people get annoyed, like just a little bit annoyed, things that normally you try to keep hidden starts coming out, right? And those kinks in the armor, it seems like in the men, those kinks in the armor was showing after that, right? So it's easy when you're calm and relaxed and you're happy to show, the good side, the good personality. But when you start to get annoyed, or you start to get angry, you start to feel rejected, then that frustration comes out. And it just seems to me that is what happened. Just one last thing before I go. I honestly think, guys, when you're talking about the courting, him not knowing what courting means, honestly, I think that was a little rough on him. Because it could be that he understands the concept, but he just doesn't know the word because people don't use the word around him, right? So if you never heard the word, even if you have done the action, you just don't know what the word is. So I just think that was a bit rough, honestly.
So I'm gonna challenge you on that one, right? And it's friendly. It's a friendly challenge. It's not like, don't feel like I'm going at you, because somebody also left a comment on that saying that I went too hard on him about the courting thing. The reason why is there's two. For him to not know what courting is or not know the word of courting, there's two conclusions in my mind that can stand out. Either A, he knows nothing about the show and he came on here without knowing anything about the show, and this was his first time hearing the word courting, right? That's A. And if that's the case, then shame on you for going on a show you know nothing about. So I don't give you that point. Or B, right? And these are just extremes. I know that there people can say there's other things, right? It's extremes. But I'm doing this for a reason, because this is my logic when I watch this show, right? Now that I've watched 42 episodes of it. Now B, he is a fan of the show and he's watched a lot of the show, and that's the reason why he wanted to be on here. But if that is the conclusion, then that means he willingly chose to listen to all the conversations of courting that has happened on BM Talks to him, that has happened on the Blind Date Loves, that has happened on all majority of the 42 episodes of Pop the Balloon, plus some of the reunions where courting was a conversation that was brung up and spoken about between contestants. Now, if he watched all these shows and all these conversations where the word courting was mentioned, because it was mentioned a lot, that means he actively chose to listen to conversations about courtship and never took the audacity or the time or the effort to take a 5-second Google search to see what the word courting means. And if that is the case, I can't give you grace because you willingly chose ignorance. You get what I'm saying? But those are the extremes. But that is my logic. Either A, you don't watch the show, and you don't know what courting means because you don't watch the show, you haven't heard the conversations. Shame on you for being on here without knowing the basics of the show. Or B, you've actively chose ignorance on, you've heard all these conversations and you didn't care to look up the word you're listening to people talk about. So that's in my extremes. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I get you, and I agree with B. I agree. If it's B, then there's no excuse. If it's A, I don't know, I give A a little bit more lenience because I mean, like one of the previous sketch-up where the guy said his friend signed him up and sent him on the show and he ended up finding a match. So it could be something like that. Again, I don't know. There are things around it, but I don't know. I don't know. But I do get where you're coming from, what you're saying.
And I'm not saying.
Oh, by the way, I was the one who left the comment. So, yeah, that's me.
Oh, you're the one that left that comment?
I was saying I was the one who left the comment.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I hope my response to you didn't offend you in that comment. I was trying to but I just want people to know
no, it's all good.
Yeah, that's the way I have to think on this show, because if I don't critically think about stuff, I could end up saying I would rather stand 10 toes and say something critical that may be harsh, but people can understand why I'm saying it, versus I sit there and try to pretend that it didn't annoy me that a dude came on 42 episodes of Pop the Balloon and still did not know what the word courting means, even though we have watched episode after episode after episode after catch up after BM Talks to him, where they literally had conversations of how do you properly court your woman. So to listen to somebody say, how do you properly court your woman? And you sat there that's a cool word. And that was it. That's crazy to me. You feel what I'm saying? But that don't mean I'm right though. All right. I'm just a human, but that's just my thoughts.
Yeah.
Fair.
My take was kind of what Armed Swordsman had said. Like when I said in the video, maybe he's seen examples of it. He just didn't know what the word was, because there's plenty more examples of courting women or men courting or women courting men or whatever the case may be outside of Pop the Balloon. It's in the media all day long. It's in movies. It's in music videos. It's at magazines, whatever. You can, you see it everywhere. So the show being a primary source of knowing what courtship is, this show shouldn't be the primary source of how do you know what courtship is and isn't.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
That's a universal thing.
Yeah, go ahead, Armed.
Yeah, I was just saying overall, I agree. I just saying I can see where it's possible not to know the word, and it can be embarrassing sometimes to even admit that you don't know a word, but you still should if you don't.
Yeah,
because there are lots of times where people think they know what something means, and then based on their assumption, they're using the word and they're using it incorrectly, and then it ends up with work.
Right. Just like
I get it. If you don't know, just point it out and get it explained.
Right. Just like prime example, I'm guilty of it. I took the L for it too, right? I was using the word colorism, right? And people corrected me on the word colorism. In my view, colorism meant discrimination based on the one's skin tone. But colorism by definition, is discrimination of person for the darkness of their skin tone. It was people with darker skin being discriminated for or preferred less than people with lighter skin. Now, in my mind, I think colorism goes both ways, but people argue that colorism can't go both ways by definition, which is, it's fine. I just don't see, because I see light-skinned people get discriminated by darker skinned people all the time. It happens in my own Discord, but I'm an anomaly. But even then, I still took the time to research and learn the word. And if I was wrong about it, I stood up and said I was wrong about it, but I was wrong in my interpretation, not that I didn't research the word. You get what I'm saying? Versus he watched 60 plus, however many episodes of this, and courting is a common topic on this show. I think it's mentioned at least once every episode, almost. So it's like, at that point, either you're just missing all those points where the word courting is said, or, like I said, you're willingly listening to the conversation, knowing that you don't know what's being said, and like a Google search is 10 seconds, 30 seconds. Like I literally could just do this right now in front of you, right? Bam. To be involved with romantically, typically in the intention of marrying. Like, you feel me? You came on a dating show and you didn't know this basic word of dating. Like, so you get what I'm saying? But I get how people are like, that was harsh. I feel it. But, okay, we have, who was next? Was it Jules or Poetical, or it don't matter. We just go on. Jules.
Oh, hey guys.
Episode 42. How did you feel, man, about episode 42?
Honestly, I'm in the camp of, I don't really watch the show to necessarily be entertained. I'm more so along the lines of, I prefer people to really find a match. So overall, I had high hopes for this episode. I really did going in. And we were on a little decent 3-match streak. I liked it. But the last couple people that came out, like everyone else kind of pointed out, it was a downward spiral from there. Especially the last lady that came out. I felt like the way she went about everything was kind of unnecessary to an extent. And yeah, that's really about it.
Okay. All right. Shout out to Jules. Leo, how did you feel about episode 42?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Hello.
Okay, so I'll be honest, I was pretty entertained with this episode. I don't have a whole lot of thoughts. I think when the third girl came out, I wish I could remember anybody's name. But I think when the third girl came out, yeah, that did absolutely like to kind of ruined everything. But and specifically with her, she gave me the vibe that she just had an attitude. And she kind of gave me the vibe as like that's probably her demeanor. I think that when she came out, she probably came out hopeful, like hoping that she was gonna find a match, but as she was interacting with the guys, she just realized she ain't like none of them. I think that was just the sum of that. One thing that I do wish, also I think everybody dressed real nice too. Like this one of the episodes, I think there was almost not a miss with everybody's outfit. The only guy I would say, I don't really look at outfit too often, but the only one that really threw me off was the guy with the shorts. I just don't get the concept with the shorts and the button up. It don't make sense to me. I mean, it was matching, but like it just casual at the bottom, professional at the top. I don't get it. But yeah, but I mean, other than that, I think it was a pretty decent episode. Yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Okay, shout out Leo. Okay, really key. Hello.
Huh?
It's your turn. How did you feel about episode 42?
Oh, dang. I lost my point. I was waiting so long. It was cool. I mean, I didn't get to finish it. It was I think I got lost after what was it? I'm trying to remember. Either I got lost or I was at work and got a phone call, but one of the two happened. I mean, for the most part, the girl with the I don't know how else to call it, for lack of a better term, stank face. It was stank face. I mean, some people got stank face, they don't realize they got stank face, but it's nothing wrong with it. Like, once you become aware, you can like make the adjustment. I have stank face. I was made aware of it early on in life, and I learned to put on a poker face. So maybe she just is not aware. But yeah, I mean, like, yeah, I saw the energy shift from there. The dude that got upset, later on, what's his name? He had a nice outfit. I liked his outfit. I don't know why people didn't like his pants, but I liked his outfit.
Oh, DeMarcus.
DeMarcus.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was really surprised by him, I guess, sort of crashing out later, because like, I don't know, in my experience at least, because like I tend to like date dudes that look like him. They have like a certain, like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like on the ratio of, like, it's like horsiness but handsome. It's like, I don't know what to call it. It's like like it's like a level of horsiness. Like, he looked like a handsome steed, and like, but no disrespect. I swear, it's no disrespect at all. Like, he's, like I said, I've dated dudes that look like this. It's like, I like horses. They fine. They cute, like, but he's got like a level of like horsiness to him. And like, they always seem to like crash out like that. Like, so I wasn't really like surprised when it happened, because it's like, I knew that was gonna happen, So, yeah, that was pretty much it. Like, it was a good episode.
Okay. All right.
Sorry, I know that.
Nah, you good. You don't gotta apologize. Talk your talk. That's how it gotta be. She said horsiness. That is crazy. Steppa, is your mic fixed? Let's see.
Yeah, it's fixed.
Yes, sir.
My mic is good. It's just that my service was out. Usually every time I go underground. That's all. It's good though.
Got you.
Yeah. Oh. I guess the episode was good this time, but the only two things I can say is be honest with the person and just be honest on why you're not feeling her. Don't just like say the same answers that everybody's saying as usual. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Like, literally, you can't just like pop the balloon on a person for like certain stupid reasons. But I ain't mean to curse, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I ain't even heard a curse word.
Just be honest. Yeah. But just be more honest and basically just get more better with the questions. But other than that, it was a good episode.
Okay.
I enjoyed it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Got you. Hold on, I just saw somebody capping in the chat. Monet said she don't argue. Alright. But I don't argue. That's crazy. Poetical, how'd you feel about episode 42?
My assessment of episode 42 is this episode can basically be discarded. It wasn't that great. It wasn't, I mean, the lady that you got up here in the picture, in the still picture, I mean, she changed the energy of everything. I mean, outside of that, it was kind of mundane to me, to be honest. I mean, there's other episodes of this where it was more entertaining, or there was just more going on. You kind of had people kind of stuttering for forgetting how to answer questions. You kind of had the girl white top who kind of crashed out towards the end because she couldn't remember a brief conversation that she had with the dude like less than a minute before, or something like that. And she's like, "Oh, and I'm, looking at me like a piece of meat and all this other stuff." She just kind of crashed out a little bit. This episode, like after so many episodes, I feel like there's gonna be a time where you get a couple that are just kind of dry, and this one was one of those episodes to me that was kind of dry. It just had a weird flow to it, and yeah, it didn't captivate me. Other episodes did, and also when I was watching y'all reaction, Kites, like when you kind of mentioned the dude Demarcus and how he kind of caught out the girl Jazzy Ray back multiple times. I guess I felt kind of confused on your take on that. Like, I mean, because I don't feel like he was necessarily calling her out. Yeah, they're both on a dating platform. She's been here multiple times, and she didn't. She got connected with one person according to well, but for him to kind of question her intention to me wasn't really bad. And then even in this episode, she had the chance to, as she said, "I like to do something different." She had the chance to get matched up, pop the balloon on him. So it's kind of like, okay, been here multiple times. Like, well, what's going on?
Okay, I got. Okay, let's do it. Let's break it down then. Why was I upset with him for trying to bring up the clout chasing thing? Let's do it. First question I'm going to ask you, and I want you to answer this. Do you feel like Eric was a clout chaser?
No.
Do you feel like Terrence? Do you feel like Terrence was a clout chaser?
No.
Eric and Terrence, she would have to come back on the show 2 more times and a reunion to equal both of their times coming on the show. And she would need to get a blind date love. Now, she came on twice. She matched once, and she didn't go win a match the second time. What was the reason why she said her and her match didn't work out?
Well, according to her, she said that the guy was basically just coming after her for sex. That's what she said.
Right. So my thing is this. Unless that guy comes out and says otherwise, we can only go off of the statement that the guy only came after her for sex. Right? Which, do we believe that is an uncommon thing? If we go back to their episode, there was a lot of people in the comments that said they would only smash that girl. They didn't think she was dating material. So it's not unbelievable for me to believe that when she got with that guy, that he didn't genuinely like her like that. You get what I'm saying? So my thing is, that is a valid reason for me to allow somebody to come back on the show, right? That doesn't make me question that somebody is coming back for clout. But here's what makes me question somebody coming back for clout. The same person in that same episode who tried to call her out for being on the show twice, even though now we have the information that she only came back because she was asked to come back and that her match went wrong, right? Another thing people forget, you guys don't listen to BM when BM says it on his talk, when he does his talk to him, BM contacts a lot of these people. When he wants to do those follow-ups, the catch-ups, BM has his agent reach out to them, say, hey, how is things with you in your match? Are you willing to come do this catch-up, right? He's basically told us this process. So she said they called me and told me to come back, so she came back, right? She didn't re-volunteer. She didn't re-sign up. She got asked to come back. And I think that BM did that because he didn't like how that thing went. So now I have that information in there. So now those two things is making me think okay, then she's just getting a second chance. Because if we're going to label clout chasers, there are people that have been on this show 3 times and we never called them clout chasers. There's a girl that was in the first 10 episodes. She was in the next 20 episodes, and then she came back towards the end of the last 3. She'd been on the show 3 times. You get me? So it's like, I don't see people calling.
A lot of returners.
Yeah, there's a lot of returners in Pop the Balloon. We don't call the people.
Jess is coming back.
Right. Jess is getting a whole blind.
It's about to be her 4th time on the show.
Yeah, but people aren't calling her clout chasers, right? But it's ironic, the guy who called her a clout chaser or assumed she was a clout chaser was also a guy who was on Instagram who has a fan base of 33,000, right? And matter of fact, for the sake of it, let's go check out his page. Right? Let's go look at really his page. I watched T react to this, right? And when I saw T react to this, it kind of solidified why I felt the way I felt. I hope I don't have to log into this crap. Yep, I do. Well, unfortunate. I do not feel like logging into this. So,
you can just search it and then they'll let you only view it up to a certain amount.
Young D Mark.
There you go.
No, that's
not that one.
Yeah, hold on. Let me find it on my thing. Let me find it on my phone. Right? T actually did a reaction and he looked up Young D Mark's page, right?
Mm-hmm.
Young D Mark already has a active Instagram fan base. And he also, during the same show, promoted his YouTube channel, right? And it wasn't that people asked him about the YouTube channel. He promoted it himself and then was like, oh yeah, BM, cut it out. You could cut it out. But it was too late. You know he's not cutting it out. You shameless plugged, right?
Yeah.
So when you shameless plug and then you have the audacity to call somebody a clout chaser, whether you shameless plug by accident or not, it's hard for me to be like, oh yeah, call her out. Yeah, she's a clout chaser. What did you just do? And then his whole argument of why can't you find somebody and find love in the real world? I don't trust your intentions. Sir, you're talking about I want to meet a girl in a supermarket when you getting your fruit and vegetables and blah, blah, blah. Sir, why aren't you doing that? You're in the same show she is. Right? That's what he said. You're on the same show.
I mean, yeah, he did say that. Even though my perspective, I felt like he was saying that to just kind of be comical in the moment. Because again, y'all both are on the dating show, so clearly what y'all got going on in regular standard life, you're not running across people that you want to be with. So you took another route. You took another option to come on a show and try to match up with somebody. So I felt like that part of him saying it was just trying to be comical, trying to be funny in the moment, or trying to possibly lighten up the moment.
Right.
But I get where you're coming from with all that. You know,
and my
what I
thing
mean?
is this, right? Let's look at his followers, right? You guys can't see it per se, right? But I'll even go through this and you guys can go onto his page yourselves. Go click on his followers. Like click on his page and click on his followers and just scroll up. Look how many women follow him. Right? I can scroll for a minute. Female, I'll even go right here. Female, 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 male. Female, 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 male. Female, 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 male. Well, actually, no. Her name is Party Purina. So female, 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 male, female, 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 male, female, female. You see, you have 33,000, and let's assume that at least 70% of your audience is females who are interacting with you because you're a travel YouTube page. Shout out to him, right? Mm-hmm. So no shade on his content, but even as content creators like us, when I had an Instagram page of 10,000 people, and all I did was anime edits. Alex, as my witness, I was hit on by women more times than you could count, and I was just doing anime.
And he didn't even have a profile picture of himself. Like, it was just,
yeah.
Y'all need to get off the internet.
Right. And I only reached 12,000, okay. And let's keep that often. It happened more times than I can count. And I only had 12,000 people on Instagram. He has 33. And he's way more attractive than me. Let's keep it a stack. He's way more attractive than me. So you don't believe that his DMs at any point in that 33, when he's traveling, showing off his nice car, his nice fit, his physique, you don't think any chick at all hit that DM at all, realistically? To say no, that would be insane, right?
Right. I mean, yeah, and I totally get where you're coming from. Okay, like I said, maybe it's just me looking at this from a certain perspective, because my perspective is like, especially in this day and age where social media accounts, everybody to an extent, let me not say everybody, a good percentage of people want people to follow them on social media in some way. They have the opportunity to either make a shameless plug or put themselves out there so that they can get more people to come and follow their page. They will do something like that. And like in her case, she's a benefit to make appearances, because that kind of further helps her career, because that makes people draw to her and possibly come to her shows and all of these things. Plus, so maybe she's not coming there for clout. I'm not saying that she's come there for clout, but even if, to an extent, even if she was, like, it's beneficial to her career, because she needs people to come and see her shows in order for her to.
Hold on. What does that say? 40K on YouTube. The hardest platform to grow, by the way. YouTube. Now, he does travel stuff. That's cool. Right? That's cool. That's perfectly fine. Right. I'm not knocking this. Also, shout out to his channel. If y'all like travel stuff, go show love. And this is not me trying to like shut him down or nothing like that. But let's be realistic here. Right. You have a channel with 40.8K subscribers, right? You are already a successful channel. Your channel is bigger. Let's go to Social Blade. Let's do it, because people got to understand why I say what I say. So let's go to his Social Blade. Young DMark. He's not gonna pop up. I gotta actually, let's see. There he goes. Bam. Social Blade. He is ranked 2,820 in the US. Right? This means he's beating about 95%, maybe 90% if you want to be generous, 90% of other content creators on the platform. Do you need a shameless plug when you're beating 90% of your competition? Realistically?
No.
Right.
No.
Plus, he's doing travel content, which is one of the most liked types of content. Do you really need shameless plugs? We're a bigger channel than him. Right? We're a bigger channel. 17K, 35K, 119K, 10K, 2.8K, 22K. Does he need shameless plugging? No. His YouTube check with this video alone is bigger than what me and Alex will make in 2 months. You get what I'm saying?
That's none of our business, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not trying to pocket watch, but I'm trying to let y'all know. Don't believe, bro, it's don't believe people that when people call people out for shameless plugging, make sure you looking at they stuff too. It's a game. I get brownie points if I call him out. Oh, you know what, shorty? You're on Pop the Balloon. You're clout chasing. You know what people are going to do? They're going to go to his channel. Hey, man, I love how you called her out. Good job, big bro. You called her out. Good job, big dog. You did that. Let me go subscribe and join your page. But he did the same thing.
True.
Right? Realistically, he did the same thing. So that was my logic on why I said what I said towards him. But you get me.
Okay. Got you.
And shout out to him. No, that's all love to him. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
Hopefully that answered it.
No, yeah. No, you answered it. I mean, yeah. Like I said, I just generally feel in this day and age, when people have the opportunity to be on the platform and say or do something to get people to draw people, whether it's necessary or not, they're gonna do it. And you know what I mean, he did it. And you know what I mean, I that's just my general feeling towards that. Why not use the platform? I mean, you're going there of and all that stuff. Of course, that should be the objective. But you know what I mean, if you can do some other stuff, or you can get recognized or whatever, people are going to take the opportunity on a platform that big. That's just the point. I guess I'm trying to relay. Right. So
no, I get you.
Yeah, no, that's understandable. Appreciate it, Particle.
Shout out to you, Particle.
All right.
Also, people do not
Chris and Smiley. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry for that. But people don't use that as motivation to go send like shade to the dude. Like, it's just we know the YouTube game. Content creators know how content creators gonna move, man. That's just really how it is. It's a game. Like, real talk, it's a game. Chris, how'd you feel about episode 42?
How'd you feel about the episode?
Yo, hello. What's up? Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we can.
Yes. Good evening to y'all both.
Thank you. You too.
Yes. Cold. It is really cold here. It's about 23 here. And you guys are sitting in what, like 80 degree weather?
No, we're a good 52 right now.
Okay, I'll trade your 52 for 23.
Hey, it's a fair trade, man. I want the snow at this point. But yeah, how did you feel about episode 42?
Oh man. But you're probably gonna kick me off because I don't believe in courting at all. I don't, because you don't want to end up in a situation like Jason and Candy, where you're focused on one girl and that girl is just wasting your time. And I'm about cooperation and a woman following my lead, because listen, if a woman can't follow my lead, she is not a wife to me, period. So I don't know how anybody could say that somebody looks like a wife, because if she's not listening to me, she's not a wife to me. So this is why I don't believe in courting, because you can be dealing with a chick that's literally wasting your time if you don't really see if you don't see the signs that she's wasting your time.
Okay. What do you define?
That's why I don't believe in courting.
What do you define courting as?
I define courting as focusing on one woman. Basically, you're taking a woman out to eat, which I don't agree with taking a woman out to eat when you first meet her. I believe in meeting up for drinks and seeing if you're compatible.
Okay.
Really, that's what the word is, is focusing on to see if this woman can be your wife. But the reality is she's going to show you through her actions, through just being consistent with you, that she can be your wife just by being consistent. I don't think any man should put a look. It's actually done by action, really, to be honest with you.
No, I get what you're saying, because typically when you put a look to something, it's a stereotype. But normally, if you look at NFL players' wives, what are they typically called? Trophy wives, because they look good. They're really petite. They look good to look at. Like, it's gonna sit on a shelf and it's fine to bring around and show to people every now and again. But in reality, like, it's you got her for the looks, not because you really care for her as the person. I do believe in not courting every woman, but you should focus on courting one woman. So yeah.
So
yeah.
So by definition, right, it is to be involved with romantically, typically with the intention of marrying. So do you not believe in being involved with people romantically? Like, is relationships like a business, or is it like what? Like, you gotta break that down for me, because in my mind, I'm doing tricks right now. I'm trying to understand.
Oh,
it.
okay.
Yeah, break it down.
Well, if you want to call it a business, it's a business of vetting, because I got to make sure before I marry you that you're going to follow my lead. Meaning that when I first meet you and I say, hey, like sit right here at this particular chair, and you follow my lead, that's you showing cooperation to me, right? And obviously, as the vetting process gets longer, you're always showing whatever I tell you, you actually follow. So after a long period of time, and I can see this person can be my wife because she's following my lead. If that makes any sense. To me, that's dating intentional for me when a woman is showing me action. If that makes any sense. Am I making sense to you?
No, I get it. So I think the disconnect for me would be like it. How are you supposed to know like you said, it's through her actions, right? But to show like these wifely actions, that's like a dedicated level of attention to you, right? So then would that be the woman courts you?
Oh, well, no, we're actually courting each other. We're actually vetting each other. So she's checking me for consistency through my character. So she's seeing if I'm a man of my word, right? So if I'm saying I'm gonna be at that place at 7:30, I'm gonna be at that place at 7:30, right? So she's checking me on my character. So we're actually vetting each other. So I'm basically checking her for her character, and she's checking me for for my character, if that makes any sense. Then after whatever I decide when we want to get married, we're going to get married because I see the wifely qualities. If that makes any sense.
Okay.
Do you get where I'm going?
I get where I can see the destination. I just feel like there are like it's like a road, like it's like a highway, but like there's chunks of the highway that are missing that's making me disconnect because I feel like vetting is just a substitution for the word courting. And I feel like at the end of the day, it could not be, right? But in my mind, that's how it's going, because at the end of the day, to get to a point where you see like the wifely qualities in somebody, like wifely qualities aren't something that is just commonly thrown at an individual, right? For a woman who genuinely is serious in the relationship, right? It's not just thrown, right? There has to be a level of like connection for that quality to show out. Just like you're not gonna go out and just start showing husbandly qualities. Like you're not gonna be like, I'm the man, I'm gonna take care of your bills, I'm gonna do your thing. I'm about to fight this 6 dudes in the bar just for you. Like you're not doing that out the gate. You get what I'm saying? But the courting process is the process of building it to that point of marriage. So do you believe in getting married?
Oh yeah, no doubt. Like I believe in getting married to a woman that is basically cooperating with me. Meaning cooperation is basically working together, right? And she basically brings me peace. I believe in getting married to a woman that actually likes me.
Right.
That's what I believe in. See, the problem is guys are getting married to women that don't really like them.
Okay.
They're getting married to women that don't bring them peace.
Okay.
That's what I'm about. I'm about healthy marriages.
So
really.
can
So
you?
I'm about.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm so sorry. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I
Okay.
was-
In a
go.
nutshell, I'm not about love. I'm about respect. That's what I'm about.
Okay.
I'm about respect from a
Okay.
woman.
Okay. Which is
That's the
fine.
most important thing to me than anything.
Which is fine because respect is a key point in the relationship. I think the reason why I think the disconnect that is gonna happen or that is happening is the when you say like I don't believe in courting, but then you also in like later on you say you believe in vetting, right?
Yes.
To people who like think courting, dating, vetting are synonymous, it's gonna sound like I don't believe in water, but I drink Aquafina. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
So it's like it's gonna like, but can you is there a significant difference between courting and vetting that maybe that's why you're saying you don't court?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I believe in dating multiple people to see who you're more compatible with.
Right.
Then basically, those people are going to eventually fall off because the vetting process is so long for myself that they're gonna fall off because they're going to stop being consistent. You know what I mean? So after a long period of time, they're eventually going to fall off, and the person that's been consistent with you, far as cooperation goes, like that's the person that you want to be with. So,
okay,
like I said last week, I was in a relationship with a woman for 2 years, and it was great. It was great. We didn't argue, and it was peaceful.
Okay.
And she was consistent with me throughout the vetting process, and the vetting process with her lasted over a year, I would say about 13 months.
Okay.
And for that 13 months, it was great. She didn't give me no attitude. She was respectful. She liked spending time with me. Then when it came for that time for us to be together, I said, "Hey, like let's be together," and she followed, and that was it.
Okay, so Chubbs. Wait, Monet has something to say, and then we continue. This.
Oh Lord.
Hello, fellas. I'm loving the conversation. However, I'm seeing a lot of people in the chat get a lot of typing happy. So I would appreciate it if we all stay respectful in the comments. And if I see a red pill comment and y'all are trying to spam that, I will do something you don't like. So let's be respectful. You can not like somebody's opinion and or agree with it, but as long as you're respectful, then we're cool. That's all I gotta say. Continue.
Yes.
Appreciate
it, Monet.
Be respectful, y'all. So Chubbs
As far as
said
red pill goes, go ahead.
Chubb said, I'm a little confused. I see courting and dating as one and the same. Now, if he's trying to say he doesn't believe in putting all his eggs in one basket, I understand. So is that essentially what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, it's because when you flat out was like, I don't believe in courting, it's like you get where like people like kind of like fell off the boat real quick. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not red pill. You can check my Instagram. I don't have no Kevin Samuels quotes, no whatever on my page at all. I don't seriously. I don't do that at all.
Right. Miles, you have something to say? Hello.
There you go.
Oh, go ahead, Miles.
Give him a second.
Yeah, that's me. Pretty much. If there's anybody spamming red pill, yeah, that's me. Definitely, 100%. Because that's what it sounds like. That's exactly what it sounds like. I don't care who get mad about it. That's what it is. I mean, and like I said in the video, in the comments, it sounds like red pill, but with like common sense though. It's like it starts off red pill, and then it goes back to like normal talk. You know what I mean? And I don't know how old are you, Chris?
41.
What? Okay. I'm 33, so I'm already. Look, I feel where you coming from. I get it. You know what I'm saying? My father's the same way. Look, it's one thing to go on that direction of like, because it's not what we say, it's how we say it, right? That's what I do for a living. I literally say things in a way where it's not like I can give you all my jokes and you won't get not one laugh because it's not what you say, it's how you execute it. So you're not red pill. You're not red pill, but the way it comes off though, and the way we live in times today, it can come off very, very, very red pillish. I mean, you're talking about a guy who got kicked out of a store for literally I said that a pair of giraffe cheetah print sunglasses were for gay men and transgender, and I got kicked out because they were unisex sunglasses. You know what I'm saying? I got kicked out for saying the truth. I'm like, no man wear no cheetah print sunglasses. You know what I'm saying? They kicked me out the store. So believe me, like I'm with you. Like everything is so sensitive these days though, but that when like sometimes the things you say, I'll be sitting there like, dang, do he really be like, do he hear himself sometimes? And maybe he don't hear himself, but it can come off kind of like very red pill snobbish. And it don't look good because you're single too. It just don't look. It just look terrible. You know, I can see if you was married, and I'd be like, "Well, he got a kid then." You know, it was like, "That he's single too." It just make it look worse. Yeah, so it's like, okay, yeah, but that's me spamming it though, young. Yeah, I ain't got nothing against you though. That's me just popping off though. So yeah, we don't need to have nobody banning me. I think the other person, I forgot her name, the young lady, you know, will ban me if I say anything about a red pill comment. So I just want to clear the air real quick. So yeah, we good over here though.
Okay.
Nah, I'm just saying that as far as I'm very selective about who I get married to, because once again, just like I said in the previous episodes, one thing I don't want to do, and what you fellas should also be mindful of, you don't want to have a baby by a woman that's going to disrespect y'all and curse y'all out. And y'all need to be selective about what type of woman that you're actually dealing with. So that's why I believe in dating multiple women, because you find the women that are compatible with you. And when you dealing with a woman that's compatible with you, you won't be dealing with women that are cursing you out, trying to hit you, and all that stuff. And I'm not listen. I'm speaking from personal experience because I do Lyft, and I've been driving for 2.5 years, and I've seen some of the craziest stuff. I've seen women curse out their husbands. I've seen women hit their husbands in my actual car, and then this is the reason why I'm actually telling you guys this.
I've seen women kill their husbands. We want to talk about it. I've seen that route. Yeah, I know in California, I mean, I've seen women kill their husbands. We didn't seen that a few times in the world. It get like that sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And that comes from guys not dealing with women that actually like them, and guys dealing with women that don't respect them. That's it.
Okay.
That's where all that comes from.
Okay,
So
I get the message. I get the message. I think I get the message. I think the way that it's like when you put it on paper, it's like, oh, okay. But like the way you came into it is like you drop kicked the door and like sprayed the room and was like, hey, I don't believe in it. It was just like, and women need to, and it was just like,
right.
Hey, yo, like, but then like when you actually like, it's like, oh, he's shooting blanks. Like he talking about this. It's like, oh, okay. So I think the delivery caught people off guard. And so,
right.
Okay.
You know what the problem is, Kai? He's 41, so he's from the 80s, right? So that's Tony Montana balcony scene. You know what I mean? He's from that era. So that's all they know. You know what I'm saying? They know the Tony Montana. You know, you mess with me, you messing with the best. See, that's their era. Okay. So they gonna go off the rails. That's what they know.
And I think the problem is, and the thing is, okay, let's clear this up. Red pill in its concept is not bad. Because all Red Pill is it's men empowerment. It's men like it's male improvement. That's what Red Pill started off as. That's what it started off as, right? Like Poetica said, it's not about disrespecting women. That's what it's about: improvement, male improvement, masculinity. Now, the problem is when you have a good concept, you're gonna have people that I can make millions off of this concept. That's where it starts turning into, women need to bow down to you. If my girl's not making 6 sandwiches and giving me my 3rd set of Bugatti keys a day, she ain't worth crap. Like, that's where you get that toxic stuff. You get what I'm saying? So it's like you can't demonize all Red Pill content creators. So when we call out Red Pill, we're talking about the toxic side of that. We're not talking about the side that's actually helping guys be better men in general. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. But
I'm against Red Pill. Seriously, I'm against it.
Right. And that's why we said we know you're not Red Pill, Chris. It's just I think that your delivery caught people off guard, 100%. So yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, it's just more so Chris does not like that term being put on him. He said it multiple times, and although the views or his takes may come off that way, for some, we just want to respect Chris in that regard. He doesn't like that title being put on him like that.
Plus, one thing we can say about Chris on these Flock Talks, Chris has never been disrespectful to anybody in these Flock Talks. If you go through and if you guys go through and actually watch these Flock Talks and actually listen to these Flock Talks, Chris has yet to disrespect anybody in any way on these Flock Talks. So it's like I said, y'all can like or dislike people's opinions, but if a person never disrespects you, please don't disrespect them, because he hasn't done it. There is no evidence of the Chris insulting people, calling people out their name, talking over. If anything, he be getting talked over and he just lets y'all talk over him and he don't even go at y'all. So it's like, give him the same energy, whether you disagree or agree with him. At least give him the respect that he's giving you. You get what I'm saying? Because he hasn't done it, and I'm gonna keep it stacked. Some of y'all have done it to him, and he didn't give y'all that same energy back. So don't do that to him, bro. Like, be respectful, bro. That's all I'm saying. That's why Monet had to say what she said. Y'all can joke, have fun with it, but be respectful. That's all I'm saying. Treat them like you would treat your newborn baby. Treat it with respect. You get what I'm saying? But yeah. Thank you, Miles. Thank you, Chris, for having an adult male conversation.
So good.
Yeah, no problem. Oh, by the way, I would roast a newborn baby. I'm just letting you know.
It gets to a point with you, right? It gets to a point with you, okay?
I'm just saying.
It gets to a point where you would roast a ham sandwich if the crust wasn't right. Like, at that point, like, just
all right. Thank you, Smiley, for waiting patiently.
Smiley, I thank you for your patience. And you know what, Smiley, because you were so patient, now after you answer how you felt about episode 42, you can start our last little segment, whatever you want to talk about, so we can wrap this up. And he will be the last little thing. Poetical, I know you wanted to clear up some things with Red Pill. Hopefully I said the right things. Rena, I don't know what you had wanted to say, but I know your hand was up. But Smiley, if you wanna do your thing, talk your talk. Or if you want to let Rena talk before you talk your talk while you get a concept, go ahead. Rena, did you have something you wanted to say?
Yes, how y'all doing tonight?
Wait, not cut off Rena. I'm sorry. But I want her to start off the subject for next, cause she was holding her hand a long time, and ladies first,
Oh,
So,
that's nice.
Hey, shout out to Smiley.
yeah.
Go ahead, Rena. Talk your talk.
Oh, thank you. You so sweet. But I just have a question. Like, I'm just somewhat confused. So I know you're not supposed to go to the jump showing that you're wifey or husband material. But my question is, when it's appropriate to show that yes, I'm marriage material? Because I have some females be like, well, I'm not cooking for no man if he's not my husband. And then a lot of people say, well, why buy the milk by the cow where you get the milk for free. So like when it's appropriate to show that you have marriage qualities. Or do it matter of the person or the situation with the person they with?
Okay, so that will be the question. So if you guys want to answer that question, if you have your own opinions about that, when is it time to show your wifely qualities or your husband qualities in a relationship? Leo did ask this question before. If you guys have the answer, get ready for that. So while people are raising their hand for that, Smiley, go ahead and finish your thing, and then we'll move on to that.
Okay, cool. Because I'm just trying to make sure everybody get a shot, like for instance, on the last subject, what did I think about this episode? I just wanted to highlight 2 points, and I wrote it down. On the last episode of the Pop the Balloon segment, on an hour 23 minutes and 21 seconds. If you could go to that freeze frame, 1 hour, 23 minutes and 21 seconds.
Okay.
And just pause it. So do you? All I was paying attention to was the big guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
You see how his hip like literally down, cause he was the main one that was really trying. Out of all of them, like it wasn't a weird energy and everything like that. And that lady, she spewed like, "Oh, I should give another like the good dudes a chance and everything like that." Maybe, and I'm like, okay, she good, she going in, and then she just like, I'm like, dang, she really didn't go in. So I'm like, okay, cool, but I'm like, okay, maybe that's like her karma. The dude that was asking her for sexual favors only, maybe that was like her karma, even though it was like backwards. Maybe like that was her karma for like turning down the bad dudes. You get what I'm saying? So like cause it's like, okay, like, man, like I was really rooting for him. Like he was the main one that was trying out of all of them, and it's just sad because it's like y'all say y'all want a good dude, y'all say y'all want this, and then like y'all go for like the same. Yeah, y'all go for the Pookies and Ray Rays and all that, and leave the Chaz and Brads alone. Like, and then another thing. This another point. One more point. The dude that looked like Chris Rock, the nurse, I forgot his name. He like
him right here in the
middle.
middle.
Okay. He was like a nice guy at first, at least I thought, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you notice, he was a nice guy, right? But then it's like you even point this out in the video because I watched your video. You was like, you said that dang. You
I said that
he
started off with the impression that he was there to give every girl a shot, but he constantly started saying subtly, "I'm not here for appearance," meaning that these women were attracted to him. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now it's coming back to mine. And then you was like, you popped on the comedian, but not popped on the bottle girl. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, dude. Like, so like that was only my two things from a boy and a girl perspective of how we say that we want certain things and then we go to back to square one again, and we wonder why we single and why we in the messed up predicament that we in. But we know these are the wrong decisions that we make, but we still make the wrong, we still choose the wrong decision. You get what I'm saying? And don't go for the best one, even though we know that's the best option. Because that teddy bear looking dude, he would have been the best boyfriend to her. Because he probably not used to females coming his way. Like, let's be honest, like big guys, they not, really desire in the mainstream media like that.
Right.
So he probably would have been over appreciated of that woman. But no, she gonna go back to the same Pookies and Ray Rays that won the hunch on her, and that ain't right. And she wonder why he at, and he wonder why what he did, what he had. Like, it's ridiculous.
No, I get you. I feel you, and I appreciate you for being so patient, Smiley. I
Yeah,
appreciate that.
yeah, and I was just to highlight both sides. Like, I ain't just after the woman or the man. It's like neutral on both ends. But thank you so much. I love y'all too.
Love you too, gang.
Appreciate it, Smiley.
All right. If you guys would like to answer Rena's topic that she put out, when is the right time to reveal marriage qualities while dating or courting someone? If you guys would like to answer that, start raising your hands. This will be the last topic. This will be the last conversation. And then we will wrap it up. So, boom, boom, boom. We're going to bring everybody up. That way we can wrap this up. Wrap this up. Okay. Now, Rena asked the question, so I'm going to move you down. And Miles, we're going to bring you up. Okay. There we go. So now I'm going to, boom, let me start muting people. Bam. 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 And Poetical, you can start it off.
It would be my pleasure to start this off. So the question is, when is it okay to start showing what?
Right.
Go ahead.
The right time to start showing marriage quality.
Marriage qualities. I mean, I feel like I would say maybe after, let's give about the third date or so, second, third date, when you've gotten to the point where you're kind of consistently going back and forth with someone, y'all kind of have an understanding of y'all schedule, y'all get on course where y'all are talking regularly, daily, y'all have dated or hung out a couple of times, let's say at least twice, and you can start to feel that rapport with that person, and you kind of getting to the point where you understand, like, okay, I'm looking at this person in this serious way. I'm vetting this seriously. Like, I want to kind of start really solidifying that. Yeah, that's, to me, is the time when you start showing those qualities. It's not something that should be totally hidden, because the more you show somebody's dating with intention and you're being serious about it, the more you show somebody, the easier you're going to make it to vet you, want to be with you, and vice versa. And at the end of the day, that's what you want. You want to be able to see the qualities that will make you secure in your choice, or want to continue to be around them more, spend more time, open up your schedule, do things with them. And you do all of these things by seeing the qualities in you want to be attached to them, make you want in companionship with them, and all of that. So again, like, you only have so much time in dating, and a lot of it kind of gets wasted sometimes. Make the incorrect choice. So keep this process going, keep it moving. Don't be scared to show somebody, because we operate in fear, or we operate from the point of rejection. I mean, that's a part. That's a part of dating. Gambling is a part of dating, because there's no guarantee. But what you can do is try to put your best version of you and show them that can possibly make things easier to kind of secure a choice, or solidify relationship on each side.
No, that's a solid take.
Thank you.
Thank you, Portico.
Shout out Portico. Monet, go ahead.
Oh, I think when it comes to dating or courting, like when you should start showing those wifely or husbandly qualities, in my honest opinion, I'd say from 3 months to a year. And I say that because you spend about a good, like, if you're really interested into this person, a good 3 to 6 months, like, dating, spending time with them, hanging out with them, and you should be having these deep conversations about where you want your future to go with this person. And if you start having those serious talks and everything, and you both make it clear that okay, the end goal is to marry and the end goal is to marry each other. Like, I'm not saying you necessarily have to, like, as a woman, like, you have to, like, cook your potential husband, dinner all the time. If that's what you choose to do and that's how you show love, then by all means you do it. But a conversation needs to be had if the intention is to marry. So I think that once that conversation is had, like, you can start giving a 30-day trial or a small preview of those, like, wifey husbandy qualities. And yeah, that's just my take. I'd say, like, within a span of like 3 months to a year, because a lot can happen in that time.
Okay.
All right. Yo, Dragon, we ain't heard from you today, brother. Go ahead. When do you feel like is the appropriate time to start showing husbandly qualities?
To start showing husbandly qualities?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, you're asking me when should I start showing it or when?
So the question she asked was, when is it time, the appropriate amount of time to start showing marriage type qualities, like wifely qualities, like cooking for your man, stuff like that, husbandly qualities, like, being a provider, stuff like that. When do you feel is the appropriate time frame in a relationship to start demonstrating those qualities?
Well, I'll probably say like between 6 months to a year, because you really need to get to know that person throughout the seasons. You need to experience the good and the bad with them to know if you're willing to weather that kind of storm with them in the long haul, which is marriage.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
No, okay.
Hey, shout out El Dragon. Short and sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Miles.
All right. This has been a great show, by the way.
Thank you.
I would like to start off by, because I'm going to get ready to cook in a second. I would like to start off by saying everybody's answers and contribution to the show has been really great. Just by the love I've been, hearing today, my foot got better, slowly but surely. So yeah, so I just want to throw that out there.
Shout out to his foot.
Yo, I'm just letting you know. But I'm ready to cook right now. This is a great answer. As a comedian, I always like to be really silly. But the thing about comedians, though, we can be serious too. So I'm going to be serious for a second, and let's put the jokes to the side. The way you show that affection, and start showing all that love that you want to show, you want to definitely do it at a time where you're faced with adversity. Because see, when you're faced with adversity, that's where all the realness comes into play, and then you know what you really are dealing with. It's one thing to be all nice and show that hospitality when things are good, but when you do it when things are bad and you still in the fire when things are bad, that's where you know who you're dealing with. That's where you got someone in your corner that's worth marrying. And I'm sure y'all know my story on here. I think I said it a few times. When I was 23, I was doing the comedy scene. All my videos are still on YouTube, 500,000 views a video doing comedy skits. I was around the same era as T. Pendel and all that stuff, and we was killing it all across the world. I lost my sight. I became blind. And I was blind up until the age of 29. I went to the school for the blind. I had to live pretty much with my ears and fingertips alone. And my smell. That's how I was like Daredevil, basically. I had to walk around pretty much just not being able to see no more. Everybody left. I had one girl that stayed with me through thick and thin, no matter what. That's the girl I'm with today. That's my girlfriend. Literally around 25, during the loss of vision, I had a kidney failure. And I heard that she was actually getting, blood tested. And I was like, why is she getting her blood tested? And they said, oh, she's trying to see if she can match a kidney and she can give you hers. And I'm like, wow, okay, I see who I got in my corner. So at 29, I got my vision back and my kidneys are getting stronger. So she doesn't have to give me one. But the fact that she stayed and she, did everything for me, helped me cook, clean, sometimes helped me bathe, helped me wash my butt when I couldn't move my arms because of nerve damage. I mean, all of this stuff at one point. And, now that I'm back, at 33, I'm back at 92%. And it took me 10 years to get back. It took me a long time. And, that's why I've been so having so much fun on the internet now. Cause now that I am back, I'm letting the world know, they're going to see me very soon, back in the comedy scene because I took a big break, from everything that's been going on. But now that I got a second chance at life, I'm gonna do it with the girl that's been by my side through the whole thing when everything was not sweet. When I wasn't the big man on campus no more, she was like, I'm still here. So to me, that's how you're gonna find out what's real. And a lot of y'all young that's watching right now, so you probably don't really know what I'm saying till you really get hit with some real life stuff. When it really hits you, you know who you got in your corner. And when they start showing you that love and affection when things are bad, keep note of that because that's the one that you should be with for the rest of your life.
Yep.
Hey, that boy on fire.
Oh, he was cooking.
Nah, that was beyond cooking. That boy he shut the whole restaurant down, boy. Nah. Hey, that's a crazy testimony, bro. That's like dang.
This picture that I'm showing you, this picture on my profile picture, this is the last show I did before I lost my sight. I actually lost the vision that day. That day, actually, my vision was going in and out on stage. Mm-hmm. And lo and behold, I got it back.
Dang.
Oh yeah, I've been through it. Oh yeah, I've really been through it. Like for real. Like imagine losing your sight and you think you're never gonna see again, and then you literally like one day you just and the whole time, if you want to be even honest, it actually happened when my cousin died, who was a pastor.
Dang.
He was the one who prayed on it. She died. Eyes opened up. The rest is history.
Dang.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Ooh, I got chills.
Oh yeah. So when I be joking and stuff like that, trust me, I'll just be playing. I don't take it too seriously because life is too short to take everything seriously. So that's why I like to have as much fun as humanly possible. And believe me, life happens. You just got to keep going though. Just got to keep going, and and definitely you guys have helped me out too. Because before I lost my vision, I was not a church person. I'll be honest with you, I was not that. I was like, nah, I was like churches for suckers and all that. I ain't doing that. So, but slowly but surely, I started finding God and started praying. Now that I got my sight, I was like, I'm gonna read the Bible. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
I got my eyes. Let's do something with it. Yeah, let's read the Bible a little bit. Yeah. So definitely, that's how my story went, and it's going to great future. Definitely.
Oh no, I'm glad. I'm happy for you, Miles. We're gonna keep praying for you, and you don't have to be a church person to have a connection with God, and you don't have to be a church person to fellowship with anybody else that believes in God. So we fellowship here all day long. So now that was a really good testimony. Shout out to your girlfriend.
Shout out to her.
Yeah, she's in Seattle.
Yeah, bro.
She's a nutritionist. She's a sports nutritionist. Yeah, she's
okay.
We grew up together. We were part of a figure skating community. I used to figure skate when I was a kid, and she used to always beat me in competition a lot of times on the girl side. So that's we met, back in the '90s. But good people though. Yeah.
Dude, yeah, shout out to her. Big blessings and ups to her. That's crazy.
Dude, I literally be telling Alex, like, y'all don't know this, but like I be telling Alex like about like the YouTube stuff. And like I said it in videos, like if God says at one point like this platform he's done with whatever he needs to do, that's when we'll shut our platform down, right? But I was telling Alex one thing that I will say I'm extremely grateful for this platform, besides like being able to do this, is like it's really y'all, because like the testimonies and stuff that I hear, and like the stuff that like the people's experiences, and some of y'all like what y'all be telling us, and the support y'all and the love y'all show, and like the stuff y'all go through, it's like I tell Alex all the time, like I get humbled a lot off of this channel. Like I get really humbled, right? And I've always been a person that like no matter what, I'm always in the mindset of like, no matter what, like God gets the glory. Like I'm cool. Like nothing can happen. Like it is what it is. But it's a humbling thing because it's like it's a really reality check of like how blessed I really am in life. You get me? Like even in moments where I'm like, bro, the channel not doing as good as I want it to. Oh, I see people doing this. I wish I could do this. Oh, this sucks and all that. But then it's like you hear people tell like, bro lost his sight. You feel me? And it's like it be God telling me like shut up a little bit, bro. Like you talk too much. Cause like I could give you what the next man get. Like I could give you something worse than this. I can give you something like you're where you're at. Like be humble. Like you get what I'm saying? And I just appreciate all y'all. Like all y'all that share y'all testimony on here. It really does. It humbles me a lot. And I will say I'm glad I did this as a channel because when I'm working in the warehouse, like my pride, because I'm just like, man, I know my potential. I know I'm this. My pride be through the roof. But like, it's something about when you just get to talk to these people online, like I be feeling like I don't even deserve a platform. You get what I'm saying? Like this platform would be better in somebody who actually deserves it. You get what I'm saying? So it's really humbling.
It's not yours to begin with.
Yeah, it's not mine to begin with. But I'm just Miles. I thank you for sharing that, dog. Like that's really like God is good. And then even the last part, what you saying, like your cousin prayed before she passed. It's like people don't know, like you don't know your purpose. God could have kept your cousin around just long enough for that moment, you know, just so she can fulfill that part. You get me? It's crazy humbling, bro. And I thank you for sharing that. Like you didn't even have to share that, but I appreciate you for sharing that, bro. Like that like G-checked me for sure. You get me?
Yeah, and I had to tell the story because I know like I'm one of the few ones who have gone through the ringer in life. Like when they say life be life, and like I've been through it. And I know when you go through it, you really find out what you're made of. You find out who your people made of. You find out what the world is made of. You find out how people treat you, you know, when you're not the big man on campus no more, you know, because life is, that's what it is. Life is like, I call it the regular stages. You start on a good note and then you lose everything. But the true champions can come back up and get it again. You know, that's the thing. It's easy to get everything the first go around, but can you do it the second time when you know, now you know what, you know, the past kind of showed you what it is and what it ain't. Now you can, you know, you can actually go the second time around and make different mistakes and make better changes. And it's a beautiful thing. It's like I got a second chance of life and I'm enjoying every step of the way, actually. So yeah, and shout out to you guys for real too, because I was watching you guys on the TV once, and a friend of mine was like, "Well, I don't know why you ain't doing that." And I was like, "What do you mean?" And then my sister was like, "Miles, you got to get into streaming because, you know, I was a comedian 10 years ago. Times was different 10 years ago than it was today.
Now,
you know, I'm still getting paid from YouTube checks from back when I was doing YouTube heavy back in 09 and 2012 and 2013, but it's a different era now. So everyone's telling me about streaming, and my sister's a big TikToker and she's getting me on you know, about the new way of doing things today, and everyone's getting me back up to speed. And once I get up and running with everything going on, I promise you will see me a lot.
Yep, and plug it here.
Plug it here.
Oh, you will see me. You
plug
will
it
see
here.
me
Drop it in the shameless
lot.
plug so we can support.
Shameless plug.
Yeah,
Shameless
drop
plug
it here.
Shameless plug it, dude. Like we tell everybody else, shameless plug
It will happen.
Gotcha.
It will definitely happen. So I'm looking forward to seeing the other answers today, man. I'm like on this whole definition because I like to learn new things too. So I'm looking forward to hearing everybody else's answers.
Got you. Let's move on to it then. Appreciate you, Mom. All right, Jules. Back to the topic.
Can you repeat the question one more time?
When is it the right time to reveal marriage qualities while dating or courting someone?
All right, I'm gonna sum up my answer into a very somewhat short story. Someone G-check me on my time, please. Thank you. So I was talking to this. So me and my one ex, I'm not gonna name no names here, were actually having a conversation about potential marriage. I had told her, I was like, how would you feel if I said, hey, I want to marry you, or my intention is to marry you one day? She was no. I asked the question. How would you feel right now? Like, do you think you would want to marry me? Like, just in general.
Mhm.
She was like, yeah, definitely. Because at that time we had been going out for about maybe 2 months at that point, 2 or 3 months at that. Yeah, 2 or 3 months at that point. And the reason why I bring that up because I feel like nowadays, or at least what I've learned, I feel like you should be showing your wifely and husbandly qualities maybe around I'm gonna say roughly the 6 month mark, almost up to a year, only because, and I had to learn this the hard way. If you ask prematurely, they say yes right then and there, but then life can, in the way Miles put it, life can just G check you out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned that while dating this one particular person. So all I can say is I would wait around the 6 month, almost to a year mark, just in case life decides to throw you some curveballs. That's
Got
it.
you. Respect.
Okay.
Shout out Jules. All right. Armed swordsman.
Thanks again.
Yes, sir.
So I don't know. With this particular question, there's two ways that I look at it. So there's one which is more outside influence. There's a pastor I heard. He says, before you marry someone, you need to see them, see how they behave for each season, right?
Mm-hmm.
So his idea is be with them for a year. You see how they behave in each season. You can make a decision from that. But my answer, based on what I think really, is as soon as you're in a relationship and you think that you would want to get married to that person, that is when those qualities should come up. When you look at that person and say, this is the person I want to spend the rest of my life with, when you make that decision, then you need to start giving that person a reason to spend the rest of their life with you. That's just my thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I like that quote. You need to see the person in each season. That's a good quote.
We did everything wrong. We did everything wrong.
No, that's a
Based
real
off
quote.
everybody's answers.
That's a real quote. Squad princess.
Hey, I'm gonna just try to keep it brief.
Mm-hmm.
I made a comment in the text there that you show those qualities on your wedding night. But it was a joke, but in all actuality, what are those husbandly and wifely qualities? Because even when I was dating, I dated with intent, like most people say. Like you date to find your forever companion. And to me, the qualities that I want in a man are those Christ-like qualities, those God-like qualities, like the fruits of the spirit. And even if you're not religious or whatever the case may be, most people want a good person, just overall good qualities. That's basically what I would look for. Now, when you get down to it, I kind of feel like if you are with a person, if you're dating or whatever, if you're with a good person, then when that time comes, it'll all fall into place. It's like I think that old game was called Perfection, I think. How when the pieces just fall into place like they should.
Oh,
If a
Tetris.
person no, not Tetris, it's a old like a Milton Bradley game. Where the pieces just are supposed to fall into these shapes. And well, I guess Tetris too, but
No,
yeah,
it's
I think
perfection.
it's called perfection.
Yeah, you're right. It's perfection.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, perfection.
So, you know, if you have that type of personality where you have these qualities instilled in you, whether you learn these qualities from your parents, a mentor, a religious group, or whatever the case may be, even maybe in the streets or whatever, you have these qualities. When you get to that point where you are getting serious, you're looking towards marriage, and then after marriage, everything is going to fall right where it needs to be. It's going to fall where it needs to be. It's not about, oh, well, we're 6 months in, let me show him how good of a wife I can be. Or let me show her how good of a husband, how good of a leader I can be. Those things will come. And I kind of feel like that if you have to sit there and say, oh, it's time for me to start showing him, then what kind of stuff is that? That's not genuine at all. In my opinion, it's not genuine. When you're in love, when you get to that point, your personality will do its personality thing.
Yep.
Your traits will do its thing. When you get to the point where, you know what, I can see myself spending the rest of my life with this person, that love for that person will start to kick in. And there is no time frame or whatever. It is I just don't think you can put a time on it. You just can't, in my opinion.
No, I agree.
So there are people, I know people have seen it every day. People who's been married, divorced, maybe married, still married, maybe not that happy. You see it all the time where people put on a front, like you guys mentioned before. You can put on a front and act like a good wife, act like a good husband. Oh yeah, he's a good one, girl. You hold on to him. And then when you get married, everything changes. And he becomes disappearing act, or he becomes an abuser, or he talks to you any kind of way. So showing that, there's no time limit on it. You know genuine when you see genuine, and that'll be there all the time.
Okay.
And that's all I wanted to say. Thank you guys for having me. I'm going to bed now.
Good night, squad. Thank you.
All right. Take care, everybody.
You too. Yeah, I completely agree with her point.
That's a good point. Shady.
Oh, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. I completely agree with Squad Princess's take, and I just think if we're coming into relationships with this attitude of I gotta wait before I show her or show him, my husbandly or wifely qualities, it's not gonna be a good, like initial step towards bettering relationship, because we're supposed to come into that space already made as a husband and wife, I think. And once you're exclusive, then you can freely do those things. And I feel like for men we can't just, take a back pedal and be like, oh, I'm not showing her the woman I'm dating or courting. I can't show her I'm not a husband off rip, because you have to show those qualities in order to get her interested in the first place. You got to show her, I can take care of things. I could hold the house down if you, come be my wife. I can also show you the best traits of my qualities, and it's like there was this one skit I saw on YouTube. It was like a man and a woman talking about how he was always a husband to her, but she was not cooking and cleaning. I don't know if you seen that video, but he was trying to portray that he's always been a husband to her, but she was not doing the wifely qualities that he was wanting in a wife, and she was like, I'm not gonna be a wife until you marry me. So it's like if you come into that space with that attitude, you're not gonna find what you're looking for because you're not being genuine with yourself and with your partner. I would say once you're exclusive and both parties are, have gone through trials and tribulations, there is no time limit to when you can you know, be like, oh, now I'm gonna show you my real self. You know, because it's like you're faking. In my honest opinion, I'm not, you know, trying to, you know,
Yeah.
make it seem anything else. But yeah, that's just my take. And wonderful show. I enjoyed talking to everybody. And Kites for president.
Appreciate you.
Shout out Shady Angel. Universal Man said, genuine is not necessarily there all the time. People change and react to new circumstances. If someone is not growing, there is also a natural tendency to feel you did not make your best choice. Human beings are contingent. You have to consistently keep maintaining an enabling environment to maintain a good relationship. Okay, that's a good take. Stepper.
Oh, am I talking?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's your turn. Answer the question, big
okay.
dog.
Oh, oh. So, oh, okay.
When is it the right time to reveal marriage qualities
Oh.
while dating or courting someone?
Oh, so I'll say between like a good 7 months or a year or 2 years. I mean, I guess it depends if the partner feels like if we're both ready and if we both see husband material and wifey material qualities in each other, then yeah, I'll say mostly to a year. I'll say mostly to a year. Because I'm not gonna say 7 months because you don't even know what happens in 7 months and then oh no, we still not ready. And then the both of us still got like a lot of things to work on with each other while dating and still getting to know each other and everything, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll say like a good year or 2 year, as I say. Because you still gotta learn about the person's personality and mindset, morals and self respect and everything. So yeah.
Okay.
Okay. No, that's a good take. Shout out Stepper.
Personality.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Stepper, come back.
Are you good?
Personality and mindset, morals and self respect is much important than sex, in my opinion.
No, you speaking.
True.
Stepping.
Stepping. Shout out NY.
Yes, sir.
All right. We gonna finish it up. We got Sir Chubbs. Chubbs.
All right. So, in my opinion, I believe you should come into the relationship showing your wifely or husband qualities. I don't believe in a time limit because it just sounds kind of rehearsed or, you know, fake in my opinion. Because it's like we're dating or we're in a relationship, and I'll be like, okay, we've been dating 2 months. In 3 more months, I'm gonna start showing her my husband-like qualities, or her like, okay, it's been 90 days now. I'm gonna start showing him my true wifely qualities. No, see, when you're trying to be a husband or a wife, like I said, I believe you should already be moving in that energy, in that space, in that mentality as a single person.
Right.
So when you do meet that when you do meet that woman who's going to be your wife, or when God places that person in your life, it's like, I'm true to this, baby. I've been moving like this. You're going to see me like, my emotional intelligence, my faithfulness, my God fearing, my other amazing qualities like cooking and stuff like that. But yeah, I just don't think I just don't believe in like having a time limit on showing your true qualities to make a person be like, you know what? I see your qualities now and I want to marry you. I want to be with you for the rest of my life. No, like she been moving like this since we started talking. Like she didn't just expose this to me out the blue. Because I see a lot of women on social media on my social media anyway, where they be like, I don't believe in showing wifely qualities up front. Like, I believe in, because a few of them say like after marriage, and it's like, wait, how do you get to the point of a guy wanting to marry you if you're not showing those qualities? It's
Right.
those qualities which make me want to marry you in the first place. You
Right.
can't just turn it on like a light switch. Like, no, it's something I've been seeing in you from the beginning. So yeah, that's my opinion on it.
Okay.
No, that's a good take. I like that.
Chubbs. It's a good take.
Mm-hmm.
Armored Swordsman said, "Yeah, I mean, I don't think always having your heart on your sleeve is safe. I'm not saying you should represent yourself well and let the person know who you are, but there are some things I believe needs to be withheld until you're serious about this person." So it's the concept of don't burn out all your stamina in the second quarter. You know, get through the whole game.
Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah, I get it. There's no generally I don't think there's any wrong answer to this question. I think it's just a matter of people have to operate at a different way. You get what I'm saying? Because what works for some may not work for others. Leo,
I guess, yeah.
No, go ahead, talk your talk, Alex. If you disagree with that take,
no.
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 All right. You see, I give her the floor to talk. She don't ever take it. Leo.
Okay.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. So I just wanted to jump on because I think everybody, well, at least what I'm hearing, coming from a different mind point or state than when I was asking the question. When I was asking the question, I was asking from the place of, I don't remember which episode or what the topic was, but we were talking about like men most often, like when they are dating or whatever, I've heard a lot of men say like, oh, I want my woman to cook for me, I want her to clean for me, I want her to bust it down. I don't know if that's too explicit,
No,
but
you're
I
fine.
apologize for this.
No, you're fine.
But and then I was saying like, okay, if I give up, I know that as a woman, and I want my end goal is to get married. If I give up the three things that men look for, which is food, sex, and I forgot the third thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, peace of mind. Food, sex, and peace of mind. Of course, peace of mind. I'm just being myself. Okay, we know that's the wifely qualities. I'm just being myself. But if I'm giving up, if I'm going ahead and cook for him right away, and clean for him right away, and give my body to him right away, where did that leave room for us to grow in our relationship? You know? And I was just asking because I know, like I said, a lot of men were like, oh, if she ain't doing all this stuff for me, then I ain't finna even waste my time with dating her. And so I was just trying to understand, where is the balance of, okay, I'm not giving you this now, but maybe we can work up to it. That's where I was confused.
No, that's respect. I feel like if you, like I said in the chat, if you being yourself is not enough, then that's not the person for you. Like that's not your husband, like, or your significant other. Because when I think back at like me and Kites, for example, I didn't show, like he always said, like I showed wife qualities, but at that time we were so young. I didn't know what it meant to be a wife. I didn't understand what it meant, to be a wife. I didn't know what wifely qualities were, because like, other than the basics of, how to cook and clean, but those are things that you should know how to do anyway as an individual, not because you're a wife. Like you don't have those qualities because you're a wife. Those are things that you're supposed to have. But more so like I just stayed myself. Like I was just open being myself that whole time. So the things that he saw in me that he felt that was wifely qualities, those are the things that made me a wife in his eyes. And the things that I saw in him, it wasn't more so like qualities as in, oh, like he does this, and this, he has to be a husband type thing. These are qualities that I enjoyed from him, that I really appreciated out of him as a person, not to just give him the title of being my husband, if that makes sense. Like, I get everybody's takes, but I do agree with, like, you should just always just be yourself and be straightforward with who you are as an individual. Don't try to conform or, withhold certain things about yourself to, try to, I don't know how to explain it, but you just sitting there looking at me. You know what I'm trying to say.
I wasn't even looking at you. I was reading the chat, but
yeah.
I know what you're trying to say. I think I have
Give me assist.
I don't have an assist for you. If anything, my take would probably be more neutral.
Go ahead, be the opposite.
Dang.
We want to hear your take too. Come on, don't
go
hold
ahead.
back.
Might as well.
No, it's because I understand what she's saying of like being yourself and basically demonstrating yourself wholeheartedly as genuine as possible. And that's what showed through. That's what attracted me. Alex being her genuine self is what demonstrated to me that this is somebody that I could genuinely love as being my wife. And that gave me the room in the areas that I was comfortable with to marry her. Right? The take, I was saying that I wouldn't be on your side or against your side. I would be more neutral, is because I'm reading the chat and I read Universal say no wrong answer. Shouldn't we always be one showing marriage qualities from day one? I agree with the previous man. The only one who would hide their marriage qualities are players. Someone in a casual relationship or someone who believes in significant other is not good enough, or someone who has been hurt is insecure about showing these qualities, unless I have misunderstood the question itself. And the reason why I have a like a middle ground take with that is just because I do feel like this question is being put more black and white than the realization that there is a fine gray area in it, right? When I could say that Kite as a husband is very different from Kite as a friend, right? Even though they have very similar traits, there are things exclusively that Alex gets from me as a husband that nobody would get as a friend. You get what I'm saying? There's exceptions that come with me as a husband that I don't give as a friend. Alex can piss me off to the point where I'm ready to destroy the earth, and I won't do it because it's Alex. But my friends can piss me off to the point that I'm ready to destroy the earth, and we just gonna take it there. And it doesn't mean that I don't value them, but it's because they're not going to get the exceptions that I give her. She gets more exceptions than anything. The first time I ever argued with my mother was for her. The first time I moved out was for her. The first time I spent my last dime and went broke was for her. It was never for anybody else. Even my sisters didn't get that. You get me? And so I feel like everybody's takes on this, though I agree with both sides. That's why I said two things can be true. I feel like as I got into a serious relationship, I started to, it wasn't that I was hiding things because I was being myself, but it was more like I had to start adapting to things. I had to start adapting to things. As I saw Alex as my like wifely quality, there were things that there was ways I interacted with Alex as my girlfriend that I stopped interacting that way because I saw her as my wife. You get me? As my girlfriend, it was like, oh, you want to do this? Hey, do what you want to do. As long as you happy, I'm with it. But as her husband, it became, hey, I know you want to do this. I know that's what you like, but is this what's best for you? No. And it's like a complete shift between being a husband and getting to the steps of a husband. You get what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm like, am I making sense to people or if I'm like, I'm confusing people, but like there's things that like, there's changes that have to occur in that process. I can genuinely say from boyfriend to fiance, I was a completely different person. Then from fiance to husband, I'm a completely different person. There's things that Alex does now that if she did it while I was her boyfriend, we would have broke up. And then if she did it as a fiance, we would have broke up. But because she did it and I'm her husband, I can overlook it. You get what I'm saying? There's different, it's like, it's like, I don't know how to put it. Like a good example. It's like a bird, right? There's the egg, then there's the chick, and then there's the actual bird. Like, you get what I'm saying? Am I putting that together? Like the dating is the egg. Like you're just encompassed in it. Like that's it. Then when you guys get to that, oh, I'm ready to start, showing all that quality. I'm ready to start getting married. Then it becomes that chick of like, I'm not ready to jump out, but I'm still eating. I'm starting to get my feathers. I'm starting to get comfortable. I'm starting to understand life. I can finally start seeing the colors, all that. And then finally that little, hey, at that altar, that's that I'm jumping out. We 100% with this. You get what I'm piecing? So yeah, that's why I'm like, I can see why people are like, let's wait 6 months, because I can guarantee you, even Alex dating, there was things that there was a way I treated you in our first month of dating versus how I treated you in our third month of dating. You get me? Because it became more comfort. Plus I felt like I could start showing more layers of my character. I gave you a genuine character, but now I can start giving you the depth of my character. You get what I'm saying? So you still got me, but now you can start knowing my vulnerabilities. You can start knowing my strengths, my weaknesses. You can know what's under the surface. You can know what I suffer from, what I excel at. You get me? And then as I'm married, you got to get the whole thing. So now you got to really know my weaknesses. You got to really know my flaws. You got to know what my limit is, and you got to know what limits I can excel. You get me? So that's why I can understand people saying 6 months, I get it, but you said your option to raise your hand is not working?
Yeah, because it was closed. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Let him raise his hand. But that's just, I don't know. Like, it could be like, I don't know. I could be saying stuff that is not making sense, but that's just how my brain is processing it.
Okay. Let Jade,
can you hear me?
Oh. 1 second.
Jade, go ahead. Say what you gotta say.
Yeah. Okay. So I haven't dated in a long time. Like I took a break from it because I realized that I was moving too fast, and so it's like it kind of goes with what we're talking about, but I don't even know if I'm qualified to even talk about it. But
you're free to talk about what you want to talk about. Talk about your
okay, because I don't really date. I'm a single mom, so it's like I have to be very intentional when it comes to who I'm talking to and who I'm dating. But I wanted to say that it's so hard for me not to show those wifely qualities because I already set that ground because I was married for 8 years. So it's like when I was younger and before I even got married, I had it set in my mind that I wanted to be a wife. And so when I meet somebody that I really, really like and I start to love, it's hard for me not to show that, not to make him lunch or make him dinner or say, hey, you can pick this up or do something nice for him, buy something. It's so hard because it kind of ties with me being a mother 24/7 because it all goes together for me. Like that foundation is already there for me. Like I'm just ready to be a wife. And it's so hard. It's just so hard for me not to show the wifely qualities with someone that I'm really interested in, I really love, and I can see myself the rest of my life with, if that makes sense. You know?
Okay. No, I get you.
Oh, that's a good take, Jade.
But that is a good take, because I feel like my mother also did that same thing, where there's qualities that she would show her boyfriends, but then it's like she also had to be selective because she's a package deal. And you all in on somebody that they showing genuine to you, but your kids are also a key factor you got to think about. So you can't all in unless your kids fit in that mold perfectly as well. So I get it.
Yeah, so that's and having kids, I really had to slow down and start really. That's why I took a break, because I really had to start being very selective. I had to be very intentional, and I can't just be dating anybody out here, because my kids are getting older and they're really looking to me to be an example. And I have 3 girls, so they're looking to me, you know, as an example. And I was like, okay, I really need to start taking it seriously. Plus, I was married. I was never in a serious relationship. I was just married for 8 years, and then once I got divorced, I've never been like single with kids.
Yeah.
So it's like a whole learning process. But yeah, I have to be intentional, and it's so hard to not show those qualities. And but at the same time, oh, that's what I was gonna say. Red flags. The reason why I was showing those wifely qualities to those men is because I was ignoring the red flags. Like, it was just a waste of time. So that's why I stepped back, because oh man, it was just, yeah, it was horrible.
And I think that goes back to Rena's point. Where she said, I feel like there's a lot of people that show those wifely husband qualities at the very start, but those people tend to be the ones that get hurt more often. So I guess that lines up with that take.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jay, for your vulnerability and sharing that with us. We appreciate you. All right. Let's unmute Universal Man. And Universal Man will be the last talking point we have up here. And then we will wrap up this flock talk. Universal, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you all. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I thought this question was strange. Strange because I grew up knowing that how you treat your mother, how you treat your sisters, that's how people look at you, and you know, that's how you grow into being a man, and those are the qualities that you cultivate on the path towards becoming a husband. So hearing you all saying that you don't show these qualities, when to my mind, these are qualities that you always demonstrate just as a human being.
Okay.
So they are always self-evident. And I think what you all are doing is trying to make law for it's just bad law. But you cannot compromise good behavior because of an insecurity. That's just 2 wrongs but don't make a right. You don't show the best you to me, because that's how God made us to be. Because no, we just have to know who to show those qualities to. So I don't think the point is about showing the qualities in themselves. I think is the recipient of the qualities is what the whole chat is having the problem with. Right? So that's just my take on this.
Okay, question.
Okay.
Do you believe that there is a difference between being a gentleman and being a husband? Did that make sense?
Husband is yes, in terms of degree, yes, but the difference will be in degree.
Okay.
Not so much in categories, because the categories will be the same. Love, etc., empathy, it will be the same, but a husband would be to a greater degree.
Okay. And the reason why I'm asking that is because though they're very, like, there's a lot of traits in a husband and then there's a lot of traits, and then in a gentleman that should be synonymous, right? They should work together. But then there's also traits that a husband will put out that a gentleman does not put out. You get what I'm saying? Am I making sense?
Outside of sexual expression, but those traits that you are talking about, but would they be traits outside of sexual expression?
Yes, they would actually, right? Because I'll break it down. Because when you said you said you should know how to like be a husband and treat like give that same treatment like a husband, like with your sisters or with your mother growing up, right? If along those lines, right?
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Right. And those in that aspect, I would define that as those are just traits of a gentleman, right? Like a man of honor or a man of prestige or like basic etiquette or discipline, right? Because when you said that, I understood exactly what you were saying because I was taught to give my sisters respect. I was taught to protect them with your life. Like I was taught all that things of how to be a gentleman. But then as I got into dating, you can still be a gentleman, but then there's also being a husband, right? Because if I treat every female with the same interactions that I'm treating a wife, then I'm treating everybody like a wife. But then I can treat everybody like a gentleman, but I can't treat everybody like a wife, if that makes any sense.
It would make sense if you could give me a concrete example. What quality would a gentleman display? Would a husband display that a gentleman wouldn't?
For example, we can do something extremely simple, right? A gentleman, you're in the car with a female friend. Your female friend says, "Oh, I'm getting tired. Can we do this?" Right? I want to stop here. A gentleman is like, "Okay, I will do everything to get you to that destination and stop here." Right? That's cool because I have the respect of it, or I can call you a lift. I can do this just to get you there. Right? But then a husband quality of the wife is in the aspect of, "Oh, honey, I'm getting tired. Can we stop here?" The husband quality is, "Okay, first, let me assess. Is stopping here the best decision for you? I know you're tired, but getting to the destination in the long run is the better decision for you." And that's where the conversation goes versus because you don't have any obligations as a gentleman, you have no direct like leadership impact on a person. You have to respect their request versus when you're in a husband, you can respect the request, but you still have to make a decision based on what is the better judgment for both of you. Am I making sense?
Yes. Yeah, to a point. I understand, but to my mind, see like how you could draw like a distinction between a gentleman and a husband outside of romantic feelings. I can't really see that line. Probably I'll meditate a little bit more and probably I'll because but sometimes in the moment baby, you don't really see what somebody's saying.
Mm-hmm.
But so yeah.
Because I completely understand what you're saying about like how you treat your sister. You should be treating your sister as if you're like a husband, like with those husbandly qualities towards your sister. But then it also goes into there are still things that like you can ask my sisters, I give them the utmost respect, but there's still levels of respect that I give Alex higher than I give my sisters that my sisters will never get. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay. But let me just close off with something that I heard from Kevin Samuels that I had agreed with, who said that you should never date someone if you don't have the intention to marry them.
Okay.
And I fully agree with that statement, meaning that we have to be more selective and intentional with the person who we court, with anyone who we decide to court with. And that's what I take away from him. I'm not wanting to cast aspersions on anyone, but I heard someone give the experience like 3 months into their relationship, they wasn't serious, and then after about 4 or 5 months, then they changed. And to me, I was trying to understand the perspective because to my mind is like, well, you always put forth your best foot until you see reason to not do it. Because obviously, baby, you can't be a fool and give your best and you're not getting back in return. So it's just that perspective specifically that was I was trying to wrap my mind around. All right, but apart from that, brilliant platform, man. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that
Thank you
that
for your
goes.
talking points. We appreciate it.
No, he's great. Because I understand exactly what he's pointing out. I think the reason why that scenario comes up is because of how bad the dating market is. It's because we have the disingenuous people in the market. Like Rena pointed out that there's a lot of people that they come in with that full, if I'm dating you, my whole objective is to marry you. So they come in bringing that heat of a trait of, I'm gonna show you how a husband operates, or I'm gonna show you how a wife operates. But they give those qualities off in people that they think are gonna be their husband wives, but the person that they're giving it to may have an ulterior motive or may not be as genuine in their objective. And so it ends up being like a fail. And once you experience that too many times, you start going, well, maybe I shouldn't go 100% with the next person I date. Let me try 75%. Let me keep my guard up just in case they do me like the last person did me. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Right.
I don't know if he's still here or not.
Yeah, no, I got that. So that's why I had started off by saying that it is a sort of way to insulate by yourself. I understand that, but to me, the whole problem was a poor choice to begin with, which would have started off that.
Okay.
So to me, the vetting process is really the real key. And if you're not sure about your choice, then I could understand someone having that stance. And to me, it's to find the balance between showing husbandly qualities until this person doesn't deserve it, and it's really about you being very selective and very intentional, because if it's not being reciprocated, or if you feel that somebody has bad intentions, then obviously but you can't continue doing that because you'll just get hurt. Right? So I understand your side as well, but I still feel that the de facto position is to show from day one until you no longer have grounds.
Right. And okay, so it goes back to my thing of where I said, like, I don't think there's a wrong answer to this, because I feel like your answer is the answer that's the perfect answer. Like, that's the way it should be. That's the answer that makes sense, because if humans weren't so crappy as humans, this on paper is the right way to do it. I think the reason why we
I get you. Okay, cool.
And I think the reason why we get the other answer, we get the other answer because humans do what humans do. But you're not wrong. You're completely right. But because human error and human flaw, we get the other answer. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. But I understand you now. But you're not saying that is the ideal. But that may just be more practical because of limited knowledge
right.
of the person.
It goes back to my expression.
All right, man.
It goes back to my expression. The end result doesn't justify the means. You get me? Just because that's the result you got doesn't mean that was the intended way for it to work out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
I follow you now. Yeah, I follow you, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. All right, man. Cool.
All right.
But you'll have a good night. Yeah.
You too. Hey, have a blessed one. Hey, good conversations, man. Good conversations.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I was cooking this whole flock talk. Appreciate y'all. And the YouTube.
So shout out to everybody that was in the YouTube. Shout out to all the people that chimed in on the Discord. Shout out to everybody that shared their opinions, their takes. I thank you guys for episode 14 of the Flock Talks. We will continue having these as long as we can keep having genuine, good conversations. I hope everybody at least took away something genuine. I think everybody who was open up and just showed us just true character today. Alex, you got anything you want to say?
No, great talking points. I enjoyed this episode. Y'all was cooking. Yeah, it's always a pleasure.
Okay. And with that note, peace.
Bye.
Hey, load it up, boss.
Pipe me up, don't turn back down. I'ma stand on 10, yeah, I'm true to the code. Came a long way, I was taking the risk, but my days I was thinking would sleep on the floor. Mama said, son, you gotta make it, you only get one chance. Don't let your flex take